Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to beautiful Yamba Bowling Club. The afternoon breeze has got up. We are back out there a little bit behind schedule, but that's hardly surprising. The pace of these greens has increased. The standard of play was sensational throughout the morning session. And we trust we're going to be bringing you another fantastic game here this afternoon. We're going to see, well, a remarkable game, really. The current Grade 1 champions, Corrimal, taking on the current Grade 2 champions in Campbelltown. So Campbelltown have been going up through the ranks, and we're going to see what should be a fabulous game here between some brilliant players. There's talent all across the rinks, and we're going to see some fine play, I'm sure, here from our teams. For Corrimal, it's going to be Brett Pieper, Russell Taylor, Anthony Mav Moran, and John Green. And their opponents, Michael Mick Shiner, Jason Mathers, Tim Holmes, and Braden Soul for Campbelltown. So those are the teams. And we look forward to, as we say, a fantastic competition. The players have come in, they've had some lunch, and they're out there ready to get into it. Nick Hind is my name. It's fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. And it is going to be Brett Pieper for Corrimal who is going to get us underway. He's the coordinator at that club. And he does a superb job for them, and we look forward to seeing him in action. Previously from Wagga. But it's been back and forth between the Illawarra and the Wagga Riverina region. And has been a great competitor for a long time. Brett Pieper here for Corrimal, the lead. Getting us underway in this round 2 match. So these are both first round winners, and it's a great start there from Peeps. He's being opposed here by Mick Shiner. And, well, Mick's on a good track here too. If he can sneak past, it's going to be early. Well, it's a good effort. I'm going to chip my producer here, Jay. He's got something wrong here. It's Braden Soul, Braden, not Brandon. So he'll go and tidy that up for us. Fine effort here from Brett Pieper. Gets past. Gets to the back of the rink. They're a very interesting crew here, the Campbelltown Ghosts. We've got some young players, some stars who found perhaps some new life at a new home, and finding some new life. Joining me once again, the man whose voice is said to have mystic powers, once turned a blind man deaf. It's Jason Pinnock. Jason, good afternoon to you again.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nick. Good to be back on, it is. Thanks for the compliment.
What an introduction.
Yeah. No, mate, it's been a great first session. It was this morning. That weather has just absolutely turned this whole event on. People are loving it out there today. Good lunch just served, so they're all re-energised, they are.
Yeah, it was magnificent. I enjoyed nice sausage mash rissole.
Something simple, but geez, it was done well, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, perfect.
Yep.
And
Yep.
being lurking around at the end of it, I managed to pick up an extra snag on the way past too. So that was
there was lots left over, so it was good. We got all our volunteers fed as well, and a few staff members. So
looking forward to this one, though, mate. I think we've had perhaps a little bit of clarity about who the haves and the have-nots are in this competition.
Yeah, it's still open, isn't it? Even with those first round losers, they've still got everything to play for.
Well, exactly right. There's the opportunity to get through as a section runner-up or still a section win potentially. We know how well matched some of these games are and some of these sections.
Yeah.
And so Moran down 1, perhaps to the yellow bowl. It's a hard one to judge. The two closest to the centre line are Campbelltown bowls, and then the white is Brett Pieper. So a little bit difficult. There's going to be a lot of white bowls on this rink here, so we'll be eagle-eyed. Matt Moran is out there on. I did chip him last year for his footwear in this event, and he wants to inform everybody that he's smartened his act up.
Ah, yeah, good work. It'll be interesting to see how the players adjust to the different direction. Like see this one come down, just turn that one in and over.
Well, we know at the inter-region we did see some of the players really struggle, particularly in this direction, Jason. So we have protection from the clubhouse for the first sort of half, 2/3 of the green, 3/5 of the green, and then the last bit is quite exposed. So
that's exactly right.
Those players who don't make adjustments for that and don't compensate for it get punished. And we saw that in the senior men's inter-region final. Good players who just really failed to pick that up.
That's exactly right, Nick. And, as I said, 3/4 of the way down, you think you got the line, and then that wind kicks in and, it ends up in a different spot compared to where it might have been looking at going. So
somewhere ending up in a different postcode. This isn't pretty good here. It's nice speed from Tim Holmes there. Johnny Green's suggesting not necessarily a rake, but to be up and be through it on the backhand. I think that's a good positive call. Even if he does get to the white bowl of Brett Pieper with the right sort of speed, wait to the tee, he'll stop around and still can't make it too much worse. So Mav, of course, our current men's singles champion. He was runner-up to a rampant J. Norris.
Yeah.
Only recently. He's played this pretty well here, Mav. Well, he got his own out of the head. That's unlucky. It was good speed. And confirmed to be at least 2 now for the Campbelltown Ghosts. Braden Soul saying, Timmy, you just go draw one for me, please.
Well, finishing good area.
A little bit of pressure on John Green on the first end here. It's not how he would have drawn it up. Not really a bowl super close. I think the orange of Russell Taylor there at the front is probably the best for Corrimal. So may well be as many as 3 or 4 down. I think Johnny Green will back himself to improve on that.
Yeah, coming off a good test series against the Vics. Part of the senior men's New South Wales squad, Johnny Green.
And there has been he's been around for a long, long time, you feel, hasn't he? He's won so many events and been so consistently featured. When he gets the right side of that, that's going to improve things for Corrimal. May well be second shot. 2 is the signal from Campbelltown, and the long-haired Braden Soul now.
A funny feeling Braden might have been a product from the New England region, Gyra, maybe. I think. Seems to ring a bell, Gyra Armadale.
Well, I'm sure our viewers will let us know. Pop a comment in YouTube where you're watching, who you're cheering for, and where Braden Soul originally started his playing career.
Just recalling my time in Tamworth area, I just recall that Soul name, and I just couldn't quite remember, but it's definitely in that New England area. Johnny's had a bit of a run there, so he's
missed on the high side. You can see what the intent was, though. Split and run on would have been really good. Now, Braden Soul, an opportunity here for Well, you'd say for a player in a Grade 1 final, this should be close to a free kick.
They're calling it to run, aren't they?
Played it fairly conservative. And 3 shots it will be to... 3 shots it will be to Braden Sol and to Campbelltown on the first end. So it's about the best possible start you can hope for against John Green.
Yeah, very good start.
Well, this is about the worst possible jack roll you can hope for. I think that's going to go... That is a Nick Hines special.
Yeah. Well, it does happen even at this level, folks.
We're happy to... Happy to see even the best players can do that.
I'm going to say we've got quite a good contingent of spectators around the greens too, so it's not just the players here. There's quite a fair few spectators, obviously travellers. But there's a lot of locals around as well. Come to see some of the best in our state doing battle.
Well, brilliant to have anybody come visit this club, this region. You've turned it on for us, Jason Pinnock, as you promised.
Yeah,
but it's sunshine, 22 degrees allegedly outside, but it's shorts and T-shirts all round. Well, this is an exception here. Brett Pieper's got a jacket on. I think he's mad, though.
Yeah, we are in winter, and it's a typical winter's day here at Yamba, really. Still shirts. That is, mate, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we're very pleased to be here and bring you these beautiful pictures. Nick Hind and Jason Pinnock here with you. And we're inside the auditorium. It'd be lovely to be outside, but we might have sweated up a little bit if we went out there.
Yeah, well, that little bit of chance of rain Sunday too sort of makes you go, well, where do you set up, you know?
Play the percentages, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Brett Pieper, he's looking to correct here. It's a good effort. Just gets back, splits up the 2 Mick Shiner bowls at the back of the rink. And now Jason Mathers. A nice simple action. Looks like a lot can go right for him, and that one's, again, as I say, not finished in a poor home. Peter Hearns cheering on Campbelltown. Peter Thornton, great to see Dylan back on the greens. Well, he's been with Campbelltown for a few years, the great Dylan Skinner, and we just had some high fives inside him and myself and Jamie Wayside, who had all been involved with the Zone 7 team over the years when Dylan was down there. And nice to see him in action. He's next door. You'll catch him in the back of the picture at some point. Good bowl there from Russ Taylor. Has drawn shot. Butch is saying he's watching from Maitland City. I guess we can probably predict who he's going for.
Yeah, they're in a cracking game there. 2 winners over there, Maitland City versus Maryland's. That's
it's a tough section, isn't it? When you've got and you've got still
Dapto Sitos and
Cabra Citizens and Cabra Batter, if you don't mind.
They can still go any way there.
Good luck. Well, good luck not required there for Russ Taylor. He's played 2 very nice bowls. That kicks things off neatly. You can see next door it was 2 shots to Dylan Skinner on the first end. And the Eric Johannes rink has yet to update the scoreboard, so we'll keep up with that. We did pretty well, I think, for the first game. Our producer Jay, it's his first start with us today, driving all this new equipment. And Moran, he's someone who we've seen a fair bit of lately. He'll back himself to add another one here. Draw to the tee, Jason Pinnock.
Yeah, absolutely. Draw to the tee and cover and count at one go in one shot here, so
it's one of those shots that I speak about so often on the commentary, and if you've got your bingo card there, get ready for this one. But it's a fixed reference point, isn't it? You know, you should know where the tee is at all times. And doesn't matter what's in your road.
If he's got the right speed here,
he probably had the right speed, Jace. The line.
It held a long way at the start, didn't it? But again, coming back in this direction, you get the cover of the club, so then it allows the turn to kick in. So yeah, you'll have different lines for both directions. You will here this afternoon.
Well, the breeze probably in a kind of direction though, largely up and down the rink. As we see weight there from Campbelltown. Tim Holmes probably just looking to clean that out a little bit. They do have some good catches at the back of the rink. Campbelltown.
So it's a good campaign for Campbelltown. Last year's Grade 2 winners, Nick, you mentioned before off air with me.
Yeah, and I said it's a rare opportunity for two current state pennant flag holders to meet one another. It's like unifying the title, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, big campaign for them, but just to be promoted to Grade 1 in your own region and win that itself is a big tick, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it shows. I think the Nepean Highlands region, there's a lot of good things going on down that way, and the clubs like Campbelltown and Austral and Penrith, they're really showing themselves to a great account. And even the little clubs like Bundanoon and the like Terralgo, we're seeing them being much more competitive and doing a lot more with the sport and their membership. So fantastic if you are down in the southwestern Sydney, Nepean Highlands region, do go and call into one of these great clubs and go and enjoy yourself. Braden Soul here. It's a tough little shot. He's just looking to play.
He's close here, Nick.
Sit and stay, wait, crash through. Well, he's done just that. He's cut it down. It's only one down.
It's a good result there for Braden.
Well, the speed was what did that, Jace, wasn't it?
Yep.
Lots to run into, and with that sort of pace, just to stop around in the head, rattle things about. I wonder if Johnny Green's not tempted to punch him through there. Perhaps not this early, perhaps not with the first, but...
Yeah, after dropping it through the first end, he's probably happy to consolidate this end. He's holding the one now. Johnny will just be looking to play that draw. If he happens to draw a second, well done, but if not, get control of the mat. And just getting on the board's always handy, isn't it, early in the game?
Well, we saw in the previous game, getting on the board was a bit difficult for that middle rink for Inverell, but once they did, they came home and claimed all three. John Green's done the right thing. That's turned up a Corrimal bowl.
Yeah, that was a big result. That middle rank 15-0 down at one stage, weren't they? Or 15-1 at one.
Your man might be back to being the Super League.
Yeah, I might have a chat with him later, Mr. Collier.
Yeah, I think a hard one for Lennox Head to go and get their heads around. They were winning so comfortably. As we see, Braden Soul, I can like this shot here. If he gets under his own white bowl, he can get both those out.
Chipped it out.
Chip his own. That's going to be costly. That might be 5.
It's probably a result they didn't see, in all honesty. It sort of looked like that was nearly going to be locked in. Not exactly locked in. We could see that it wasn't, but...
Had to get almost the perfect edge to get it out, though, when he found that. It's perhaps a bit of misfortune early, but I suggest it's going to be a big collect here for John Green and Corrimal on this, the second end of the game. Johnny Green, he just has to draw something around Russell Taylor's shoulder. Yeah, there he goes. Thank you, Russ. I reckon that's still going to be good enough. Good enough to be in the argument, certainly. 1, 2, come out. 3. 4, 5.
Yeah, it looked like a handful down was the signal.
Well, 5 shots to Corrimal. That's a big collect on this second end, and I don't know that I'm ready to call that a blunder from Braden Sol, but, perhaps a little bit enthusiastic on the second end of the game.
Well, he was only one down, wasn't he?
Oh, would have been two, I think.
Might have been two, yeah.
By the time the measure got to it, there would have been two. But
because Johnny Green did push that other one in. No, you're right.
Cody O'Keefe, he's jumped on. It was bloody stiff, he reckons. And Brett Pieper will take it well. Brett Pieper, of course, the former coordinator out at Wagga Rules, so those two know each other very, very well. And the great Craig Roberts, my man.
Craigo.
He's saying the voice of Yamba. Jason Pinnock, you were Triple M. You're now the voice of Yamba. You've had a big career.
I've got a few nicknames, Nick, but we won't go into them all.
There are some that are only fit for...
Yeah, not this viewing time anyway.
Not fit, the post-watershed, I think. Yeah.
Good to see you, Craig. Good to see you on, mate. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Well, I'm sure we'll see Craig Roberts feature again before too long. Been a member of that powerful Warilla side that were, of course, platinum champions this year. And he's played it well there, Brett Pieper. Michael Shiner now. That looks to be under the line and under the weight too. Not missing by far, but this is grade 1. The standard is high. We did see in the last game, I thought, Craig Sandstrom for Lennox Head. He played a blinder. He can be very happy with himself despite the result.
Absolutely. I know he was good early when I was commentating, but...
he didn't stop being good throughout the game. That's very, very good there from Russ Taylor. Tips out the Campbelltown bowl, and probably good enough at 3. Pressure on Jason Mathis here. This looks to be a reasonable sort of a line here, Jace.
Yeah, it's all weight dependent now. That's brilliant. That'll be
number 1. Yep.
Yep. Looks like all our volunteers are just finally putting their feet up. Nick, they are. They've
been brilliant.
Busy morning for them.
What a credit to you and the members and this club in terms of how engaged and how willing your volunteers are to support, set the tables, serve the lunches, and you've looked after them nicely too. They've had an opportunity to have a nice lunch. They've all got the beautiful volunteer shirts. You've got the volunteer army here.
Yeah, I've got special shirts for them, support crew shirts. I've had a few comments about them actually, and a couple of clubs have said, can we take one home? We went, no, but happy for you to take a photo of it. Just helps stand out, especially for the visitors. They know who to go to get any information that they want. So,
but also it's a nice reward for those that are doing the big job for you and for the club. Darren Conroy has jumped in the comments. Campbelltown were also grade 3 runners-up in 23-24. So,
wow, good 3 years in a row then.
So they've had a really good couple of years and have risen quickly through the ranks. It does help when you've got somebody like Dylan Skinner come to your club. And, it helps. Rising tide lifts all boats, though, doesn't it, Jason?
That's exactly right.
Some good players, some good culture, and some good skill. You see members do thrive off that.
Yeah, well, I think you mentioned it there. One of your comments was the good culture. Now, you can't constantly rise 3 years in a row without that good culture. We see, he's just got an edge off of that and got into a good spot. But you see, over the years, I've seen some big players go to clubs and they're only there for a year or two and move on. And, they have got this massive rise and then massive fall. But, 3 years in a row and just constant, steadily rising Campbelltown, there's obviously a great club culture there. So kudos to those at Campbelltown.
Yeah, well, our mate Gary Trevethan, the coordinator there, he's been involved heavily with the region and now he stepped back from that to take on a more club-focused role. And the club's got some had some fantastic initiatives. They're playing a lot of night games down there. Their Grade 1, their Division 1, single gender Pennant was played midweek at night.
How good's that?
And with big crowds, it was, the clubs loved it. So good to see that success being rewarded here on the biggest stage here in Pennant, the Grade 1 Pennant finals. This looks to be pretty close here. If he gets down and gets taps off his last,
this is a cracking bowl.
What a super shot!
Yep.
Well, big high fives after dropping a 5. Now the head's set up neatly as we watch this on the replay. I think go to school on that line, viewers. That's where the good bowls are going to be coming in from. And just played it sensational way.
Blows me away because I actually just played on that rink 2 weeks ago, and that line on that side did not come back because the wind was in a totally opposite direction.
Yep.
You were taking about 6 inches of grass down that side.
Well, I think Katie O'Keefe and Darren Conroy there reminiscing about last year because they did run into this Campbelltown side at the Grade 2 finals, and had a tough day, I think is the nice way of saying it.
Yeah, you can have them, can't you? I always say, mate, a bad day at bowls is better than a good day at work.
Oh, yeah, and you can combine the two, Jason, in your job.
No, I do.
Have a good day of work and a bad day of bowls.
Absolutely. Happens a lot.
Braden just missing the line there. His speed was pretty well spot on to draw another one. Johnny Green, throughout his career, he's shown his desire to just get through heads. He doesn't play like crazy big weight, but he's always keen to get through and just get things bouncing around. But I think that at the backhand, there's still a lot of ways that he can turn any of those white bowls or the orange bowl in and turn this head over. We do believe it's at least one to Campbelltown currently.
Yep.
We see Luke Granger has had a flying start here up against Jared Beckford. So he's doing some damage early for Campbelltown, but don't write anybody off. We saw this in the last game. Inverell were down by a big score and couldn't get those back. Johnny Green looking to tip. No, hasn't quite. Crashed, bounced. One of those ones on a carpet green, you might get the bowl to slide. But on a grass green, it's friction's a bit different. Now, just want to be careful here.
Braden Sol, that is brilliant.
Well done. They're waiting for that bowl to fall over at the front there, I'm sure. He's taking his time quite deliberately here, as he's entitled to, Tim Holmes. 2 have come out. I think he really wanted that front one to fall over, but it doesn't look like it's going to now.
Well, this is a big reply after dropping a 5, isn't it, Nick?
Well, particularly that you've been picked up by your other rink as well, that Luke Granger's gone out there and done some damage. The great Nuggets watching, Sean Ingham. Granger is a legend. Well, that's high praise coming from you. And 3 was the soft signal from, but Mav wasn't convinced. So Anthony Moran's going to go and have a look. And he will concede. It is 3 shots. So as you suggested, fair comeback. And this is that last bowl once again of Braden Sol. So much of this game, it's down to playing this precise speed. When you're a skip, you couldn't really get that jack moving. You had to play it carefully. And, he got just a perfect little touch off the front there to get that good weight. And it's now a 19 shots to 7 lead early doors. But, the current Grade 2 champions are well set up to knock off the current Grade 1 champions. But we did say there was probably 8 or 9 sides that we liked to be champions this year. Jason, have you whittled that down any further?
No, I still haven't, Nick. After round one, you just
brought a few more in.
Yeah, you just can't. No, I don't. No. I wouldn't say I've brought a few more in. I think it's still at that level of 8, probably 9, in all honesty, that I still like. But round 2 matches will help whittle out 1 or 2 there, I think, mate.
Well, this is the big game, really, for teams. If you're going to win your section, you do need to win this game, you feel. There's some other combinations where you can sneak through as a section winner, but this is all winners versus winners in this second round. We've been doing that to make sure that every game is viable, and particularly, we saw it at the inter-region. There were some teams that had lost their first 2 games. They come back and found a win and a good win, in the third round.
And affected
and they're
sections.
through.
Yeah, that's right. Now, who was that got through into second spot in their section by winning their last game? I can't remember now. I'd have to go back through the Bowlslink results. But I do recall a team winning their third game after having 2 losses and snuck into second to get through.
That was a possibility for South East region because I was involved in that. We needed to win all 3 rinks, and we would have got through because Northern Rivers did the right thing for us. They had to win 10-zip, and we had to win 10-zip.
Ah, yes.
And didn't quite get there, so I won't remind too many people about that. But there's always that opportunity in this format that with the top 2 going through that you might, 1 win may be enough if you do enough with margins.
That's exactly right. Yep.
So Russ Taylor, we can see, needs to slip past Brett Pieper bowl, and that's going to be good enough. That'll be number 1. Jacob Spears reminding us that there is a big game for Nugget tonight as well. There's some other competitions going on all across the country. So for the Bowls fans, you've been it's what a time of year to be playing, particularly up here. Rowan Wilson, he's up and about, having a lovely time. He's just not going to leave me alone, I don't think.
No, he's trying to get a response from you, but you're being very professional, Nick. Well done, mate.
I'll tell you what, he's up there with one of the great pests in the game, isn't he, Rowan?
Mate, we need these characters in our game. It keeps us on our toes, mate.
Keeps us honest, all right.
Keeps us honest and interested. So that was a good game this morning. That was a good showdown. Merimbula versus Baddo Bay, and look, in all honesty, on paper, I had Merimbula. I did.
4 shots in the end, was it?
4 shots in the end. So well done, Baddo Bay. That just goes to show what can happen in this Grade 1 competition. Probably went for Merimbula only because I know more of the players than I do at Baddo Bay, but obviously those from the Baddo Bay area are probably not surprised with that result.
Well, the Central Coast Grade 1 competition, very strong. We do have 2 qualifiers from Central Coast and Illawarra region in the Grade 1. So we're back live here, and we're seeing just sliding past is Tim Holmes. He was looking to get down and sit that orange bowl, turn the head over. But there was a couple of regions who didn't have a qualifying team in Grade 1, so we do see the conditions of play permit to ensure that we get a full field of 16 teams, that the regions with the greatest participation in terms of number of entries in the Grade 1 competition get potentially a second chance. And we see, Mav Moran, he doesn't need a second chance there. Made it much harder now too. The angle's probably looking a little bit more difficult for Tim Holmes, and he didn't like that one immediately. The only thing that might have helped Campbelltown a little bit there was when Mav has rocked back, and he's rocked that jack back towards the yellow bowl. Tim Holmes has got a bit lucky there. He got a favourable scrape, and he's landed sort of jack high.
I think we've done well to allow those other higher participating regions to put a second team in, mate. Keep it that 16. No team wants to travel this far and have a bye.
Correct.
Every team wants to play every single round possible. I think it's a great move by Bowls New South Wales to ensure that happens.
Another good bowl there from Mav. Now that does make it hard for Braden Soul. Probably 3 down, I feel now. And so this man, Mav Moran, he's been on an absolute tear the last 12, 18 months. Greg Wright, remind us, Batto Bay very strong, especially with Tony Shoebridge in the lineup, and we've seen.
Righty, how you going, mate?
Great Tony Shoebridge, well? And Greg Wright,
That's
I think.
A good bowl there.
Does he find himself at Greg? Oh, yeah, you can tell himself. Greg Wright, I think he found himself at Gwendolyn for a while there. He's been
Wanji?
He's been Wanji. He might be at Wanji.
Is
That's
he Wanji? Let us know, Greg. I know you travel around a lot, mate. So
that used to be a haunt of mine when I was a young bloke. The Wanji drop.
The Wanji drop.
Oh, mate, that was very silly, jumping off cliffs into Lake Macquarie.
Young and bulletproof, Nick.
I had a New Year's Eve out there one year, and it was got a bit excited, perhaps. So, well, Johnny Green, who's going to be excited about this? Holding 3 currently. It feels like they're going to go really just trading blows here, these two sides, doesn't it already, Jason?
At the moment, this big bowl here for Johnny can really close his head down. He could be looking for that trail for a foot, and just to change the look of that up, it will make it very difficult for Campbelltown.
He's playing the forehand. I think this is more of a protecting.
More of a protector, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Which I'm okay with. Probably 3 in the head.
Gets under that, he's close. Yep.
This protects though against a little trail away.
Yeah, well, it has to trail a lot further now, doesn't it? So
might even go close to counting. This looks better here from Braden Soul.
Yeah, he's pointed well. It's all down to his run.
Well, he gets a very favourable bounce off the front there. He's put his hand up. That's not the way he wanted to draw that.
Absolutely not, but good weight, good area.
Yeah, the head goes down from...
fortunate results when that happens.
Yeah, Tim Holmes put his head down. He knows that we're playing grade 1 here. We're not clapping wicks.
No, of course not.
But Greg Wright telling us he is at Wanji, and he's back on the region match committee for Greater Newcastle. He'll be working alongside our man Shippo, and it's good to have you around supporting the game, Greg. I know you give a lot to it, and we know so many of our administrators and volunteers and all the people that are here at this club. Jason, they've been rolling out the green carpet for us.
Yeah.
And,
I think just in the vicinity of yesterday and today, we've probably count around about 32 volunteers have helped out to get it set up and get round 1 done today. So we're pretty blessed here at our club to have the numbers to want to put their hand up. We allocated 5 umpires for this, but we've just recently trained another 6 umpires, and they've decided just to come along and sit beside our more experienced umpires in a big event like this to try and get some
opportunity.
Yeah. So, there's a good vibe in the club here at the moment around all that sort of stuff, wanting to be involved in that volunteer base, and we're very thankful and appreciative of all our volunteers that help here, mate.
You can see the intent from John Green there. He was looking to get under, land through yellow onto pink and get down for a shot. They're going to have a little look here at the 2 bowls. So that's Braden Soul up against Anthony Moran. And, if it's only 1, it's a bit of a get out of jail for Campbelltown. And if it's 1 to Campbelltown, well, then they've really escaped. Little caliper job here by the looks of things from Mav. You don't get them out too often, do you, James?
No, generally if it gets to something like that, me, myself, I'm just like, umpire, time for a bit of a rest stop. Let the umpire come out and do it. But, you're playing for a Grade 1 Pennant final, you probably want to have every part of control you possibly can. If that means you've got to get down and measure, then...
So, 1 shot it is to Corrimal. And John Green 6, Braden Soul 6. 4 ends have been played. Well, I think Campbelltown will take that after probably not setting things up to their advantage in the head. They've managed to escape only 1 down, and there was some fortune involved in that, but I'm sure across the course of this campaign, all the players will agree that they've had their fair share one way or the other. Certainly all the winning teams will feel as though they've had their fair share.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, losing teams might have some other thoughts and stories, but I should say it's good to see a lot of our young up-and-coming talent in amongst this too, Nick. You know, have a look at Maryland's out there with some of their young stars out there. Young Noah. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name, but
no, JSEC is
JSEC. There we go.
Is how it's done, mate.
Well done.
It doesn't read that way, but
No.
it is pronounced that way.
Yeah.
He is going to be. I was at the junior try series, and I shared a table with him, Lee Stinson, Lily Kirk, and Peyton Bunn the other night for tea. He tells me he's 17, Noah Jasek. He's going to be 18 before too long. Security guards are going to have a nightmare because when they see his ID, they're going to say, "You're kidding, aren't you?" He's only ankle high to a grasshopper. But,
Absolutely. Looks 12, doesn't he, in all honesty?
Oh, he's a fantastic, energetic young bloke. And,
He is.
has already had a very bright career, been a part of the New South Wales junior squads, and he's won an indoor singles. He's been to Tweed Heads for the Australian indoors. Got a few feathers in his cap, Noah, and now playing in a Grade 1 state pennant finals. What an achievement for somebody yet to be 18.
Absolutely. He's chucked in for one game this season in Platinum Pennant too when they were running a bit short, and that was at Raymond Terrace.
Didn't disgrace himself either.
Mate,
I watched that.
Absolutely. You know, on that surface up against Raymond Terrace, he held his own very, very well, the young fella. So keep an eye out for that name.
Keep an eye out for this name, Russell Taylor. He's started very brightly here for Corrimal. It's funny, isn't it, Jace? The front end players, if they can, really assert some dominance in the game, go so far.
Oh,
like we always talk about the skips and the big name players at the back end playing those conversions, but they don't get those opportunities unless they're being set up by players like Brett Pieper, Russell Taylor, Michael Shiner, Jason Mathis here.
yeah, sometimes you don't shine enough light on that front end, but I know out there in that team atmosphere, I guarantee you all those teams out there today are talking about their front ends, their engine rooms. That's where the hard work's done. And then obviously the guys at the back end are there to polish the work off. And look at that.
Johnny Green, he'll be very happy with that. There's a couple to run into now, I think. Stay on that hand here for Jason Mathers and probably keep that weight, playing a couple of foot over, getting back sort of T weight. Give himself a chance to tip one of these orange bowls over and sit and stay around. Even getting the split here is okay. That improves things.
He's finished in a good home there.
And might give a thought to Braden Solder. Maybe call the other hand. There is a nice little trail on now. So we'll see what the option is here. I think for Johnny Green, he'd like Mav Moran to get something to cover that yellow bowl down near the tee.
What's the plans for the Bowls New South Wales crew tonight, mate? You got any big plans on tonight?
Well, Jay's next to us. He's suggesting that we might be going rock climbing, I think. Was that the indication?
Yeah, we do have the rock climbing wall down there in the leisure centre.
10-pin bowling to follow, perhaps mini golf. Look, no fixed plans. I think we'll see how late we finish up here. It was probably half an hour past the scheduled start time when we got underway today, which was not too bad. We know that these are really meaningful games, and as the import gets greater in these games, the pace of play doesn't slow down, but the time of game does.
Yeah,
there are two separate things: pace of play and time of game. As we're seeing, tricky bit of weight there being tried, looking to sneak in under the orange bowl. Again, now that that's there, I wonder if there might be a few more opportunities on the forehand for Campbelltown. Mav Moran, he's just going to look to add on here, I think. Maybe play that shot before Tim Holmes can get to it. Backhand sort of sit in and fill that hole, Jason.
Yeah, well, he's got the first bit right. It's all about the club now. Well, he's Well, he's flopped back there.
I think I like the forehand now. Split.
I think so, Nick. It's all on there for him, isn't it?
Yep. And you see Braden Soul. These players, they've got very clear directions. This is close to get the split and the jack through. Well done. Makes a couple at the back of the rink. As we bring the camera down. Yep. Beautiful shot. Hit that replay button. And we'll see that again. You see the great signals here from Braden Soul that makes it so clear to you as a player. You know exactly what your intent is. And once it's another one, Chase. Never looked like missing.
No, not at all. And look, he had a target of at least, 12 inches to hit there to get result. It's not like he had to get a single bowl target, so but played it well. You still got to execute him, don't you? But played that very well.
So now for John Green. Well, the jack's out in the open. A player of his capability, you'd expect to get something pretty close. He's got 2 cracks at this. Andrew Fogwell reminding us that Noah Jasek started bowls at Padstow Bowling Club, who've been tremendous developers of young talent and just really building the game from the ground up at Padstow. They've had a lot to be proud of in recent years. And I'm not saying Eric Johannes was my coach and he's a legend. Still remember Dylan from 20 years ago, and he was good. Well, he was good then. Dylan Skinner, he was an absolute star junior.
So this is a funny call. We think this is an open draw, but there's a bit of a call from the third here for some weight here, Nick. And it's talking about weight on top of those. There's 2 orange bowls on top of the white bowl. Just saw on the other screen over on the right of us here a bit of a call from the third. So let's see what Johnny's playing here. Yeah. Well, I think that might be slightly underdone though with line.
It's just that looks to be a bizarre. Obviously, they've seen something that we're not seeing out there, but that's a bizarre call. I mean, you've got a metre to draw and you're John Green. I think sometimes you can try to outsmart the room, and Occam's razor, right? The simplest answer is usually the best one, is usually the correct one. And for Braden Soul, this is a chance to punish that too. Now, if he can get past the front here,
well, he's done that.
And pull up somewhere sort of vaguely near, we'll see.
Pull up, he's just going to fall in, unfortunately.
So
you look at that angle there is a great angle. There's a lot of room there, isn't there, Nick?
Oh, yeah, Mav's gone and put the big toe out now and said, no, just draw it, please, Greeny. So I think, that's a much better option. But the idea is to
he's going again, and that's, I tell you, that's somewhat skinny again. It's the same line.
He's trying to draw it forehand.
Well,
they must be feeling something out there that backhand's not going to work for John Green. And, well, I think for Braden Soul here, you need to punish this.
He's better this time, Nick. Better speed. Made the adjustment, Braden. Great bowl.
Well picked up by you, Jason. That's going to be a couple. He gave you a heart flutter there for a moment, didn't he? Oh, yeah, he's improved. 2 shots is the count to Campbelltown. So Braden Soul picks up a 2 and leads 8 shots to 6. 5-3 next door to Corrimal to Eric Johannes. So he's picked up a 3 on the most recent end. And we're seeing 7 shots now, the masterboard margin. That's the Jared Beckford Luke Granger game that's causing the disturbance in the force. Greg Wright's saying that he's got some raps on Phil Downs, who's a very experienced Englishman.
Yes.
He's playing for Ballet Bay. So.
Yes, now, one of our members was talking to Phil Downs yesterday. Phil's had a couple of games of social polls with us. He's had a run in the English jersey. And I was meant to do a little bit of Googling because myself, I haven't heard of him, unfortunately. So, haven't done that yet, but...
sit down over a cup of tea later on tonight, Jason. We can do some Googling once we've got a bit of an idea on who our potential finalists may be. It's a good lead battle here.
Well, apparently he is flying out first thing Monday morning to play in some county division match over there on Tuesday.
Well, that's commitment.
Yeah. So,
well, we saw just the other week at Victory, the one and only Karen Murphy returning from Glasgow to take her place, skipping the Cabramatta side in Women's Division 1. That's commitment for you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Come back from the Commonwealth Games campaign, and she was pooped. I'll tell you that.
Would it be? Jet lag's a real thing.
Oh, mate. It's incredible what the elite players go through in terms of travel, time away from home, time away from family. And Glasgow's not as nice as Yamba, so...
Must not have been too bad because there was lots of shorts and t-shirts being worn over there. Obviously, it's an English summer at the moment. Or British summer, I should say.
I think I know where I'd rather be.
Oh, absolutely. Our beaches look better.
So, call from John Green. He can stay on the backhand, play it tight. Russ Taylor. Just seek. This has to be under the front white and orange bowl, and he's a big chance of getting to the shot.
Yeah, he is
Mav
close.
was interested early. Well, he's tipped in the wrong one. He's got the orange and white up and made 2 for Campbelltown. Braden Soul, explicit with his instructions, finish 3-foot pass, don't cross the line. I think it's a good call. Probably missed on the big side, but that's okay. I think that's second prize back there. Covers Brett Pieper. And now, Russell Taylor's got a free run to the shot bowls and to the jack here, and he's going to be pretty close again, Jace.
Just got to get
How
back.
hard's it working? It's not quite hard enough.
Mighty fine effort, though. You're talking half a bowl of grass, in all honesty.
So, Campbelltown holding 2. I think the call was again very good from Braden, asking Tim to change it up here. Needs, really want to get that jack moving, sitting as exposed as it is with probably a 4-bowl target realistically. Feel as though someone's going to go up and hit this if they don't change things around.
He's close to getting back. Well, he's just poked that jack out a little bit further. Just slightly widened the target, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's no holes now. It's probably a 5-bowl target, and while it is 3 shots to Campbelltown, I think Mav's going to be asking for permission to be searching up through this. Don't think he's going to go ballistic at it, but
No, he doesn't need to go ballistic, just controlled. Just make sure you hit your target.
so we'll see what the intent is here, because there's probably an argument as your great mate Glenn Dixon walks past. It's remarkable his lips weren't moving for once. He'd give an Aspro a headache, that bloke, but he's does a fantastic job. Your predecessor, of course, here.
Yeah, sure he is.
So we'll see here. Mav is playing this on the forehand, which tells me he's looking to get the jack moving rather than to cut things down.
Well, he's got to have weight here, otherwise this will swing.
It's pretty good speed, isn't it? Jace, he's played it fantastic.
Yeah, well done. Yeah.
Well, I think for Campbelltown, play this and try to pot it through the hole.
How's he looking, Nick?
Oh, jack movement's second prize here.
Good intent, good weight for it, isn't it?
Well, these two at the back there, the yellow and the white for Campbelltown, are starting to look really promising. I think Mav Moran, he'll be looking to just touch this round the corner here, take that vision, take that access to the jack away.
It's if he could call here, me as a skipper, I'd be looking, do we go for the protection or move the jack? Movement of jack's brilliant. Protection's probably easier.
That's correct. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, we talk about this often, and I get frustrated when new bowlers start talking about blockers. I'll say a blocker has to be perfect. A cover bowl only has to be okay.
That's exactly right, yep.
You know, a cover bowl covers a lot more region than a blocker does.
Yep.
So, you know, to play that shot, to turn it around the corner again, that's that same sort of story, isn't it? You know, it's got to be perfect.
Yep.
Now, for a bloke who's got the form that Mav has, he's probably backing himself to do it, and his speed was absolutely perfect.
Cut his line.
But now Braden Solwell, he can play this basically as quick as he wants to go. This looks pretty good, Jace, doesn't it?
He's wanting it to hold just a little bit. You could see his body language there. He thought he was slightly underdone, but a little bit of a group back here. I'm just wondering, I think Greenie, in all honesty, needs to get one behind, because that Jack Trails, they could be 5 down, in all honesty.
Well, I'm just going to take the scoreboard off for a moment. And there, so back left of picture there, where the two white bowls are, you know, the Jack moves out towards them. Those yellows potentially come into the argument. And
well, here we go. Well, Greenie's got some intent with this one, hasn't he?
well,
Made sure he got him behind the head.
I don't know that changes the angles enough.
That bottom left is still looking good for Campbelltown. There is the Brett Pieper bowl behind there. That is a Brett Pieper bowl for Corrimal.
I think the call was to go quicker on the forehand. And I'm okay with that. Tight.
Yes, yep.
So, we're going to see any Jack movement. Oh, that's a remarkable outcome. He's put his head down again there, Braden Sol. He's been kissed on the you-know-what by you-know-what.
Yep.
That's, well, you can show us the replay there, Jay. That's remarkable, you know, to see, and you'll see it here in just a moment, the orange and white bowl, which is a Michael Shiner, squirrels out sideways and gets to the back of the Jack. This is remarkable. Now, there are blokes who tell me that they couldn't see it any other way. Talking to you, talking international Chris Smith. But, yeah, realistically, that's a really, really fortunate result.
That's one, yeah. You turn your head, you know.
Not much you can do about that, though. And look,
don't accept it, but you also just generally. I'm one that keeps very quiet and look for the closest hole to crawl into.
Yeah, to go and potentially offer a shout. I'll get the next shout or something. You might say, go and get a can of Coke for you.
You know, but we all know this game. You know, we've been on the end of them. We've got them. Just got to accept them when it happens.
And difficult for John Green now because he can't go blazing at this. They've only got one bowl, you know, realistically in the head. If he chips his own out, he could go 2 or 3 down here. So I think this will be controlled. Looking to get down, get a split between this and Mav, and he might be able to get it out.
He's very close here.
Inside edge of Mav. Well, I think he's going to stay around close enough to be. Yeah, that angle is pretty kind for Corrimal. No, it's not. It's 2.
2 it is to Campbelltown.
Well, Braden Sol, I think he's been blessed so far. That luck. Well, we did see it turn in the last game. There was a fair bit early for Phil Sharp, and the second half of the game, he wished he could find some of it as Inverell came back and secured a remarkable victory to get all 3 rinks, mind you. Just incredible for Inverell.
That's right. Early on, Lennox had just jumped out of the gates, didn't they? All 3 rinks, you know, just fired. Yeah.
I think as the pace came into the green and the day wore on, I'm sure Inverell have played on plenty of beautiful surfaces out that way. There's some sensational greens in the northwest part of the state. And sensational greens here. What's have you put the penetrometer on it, Jay? So are we running 14, 15 seconds now, you reckon?
I reckon we're pushing that mid-14s right now. We will be. I am saying tomorrow we're probably going to push the 16-second mark at this time tomorrow. So
Graham and the team are out there rolling again between sessions and ensuring that the service is playing absolutely optimal.
Yeah, there's still a lot of moisture in the surface, but so he isn't rolling massively amounts. He doesn't want to really drag all that up. So just doing what he needs to do. He's a good management and exponent of greenkeeping, mate. So.
Yes, recently won a little award.
He didn't win an award.
He didn't win. It was a nomination for the finals. He was in the final 3.
Yeah, he sure was.
Greenkeeper of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been nominated and won it once before. I think it was 2019. So to be nominated again is brilliant.
There's plenty of fabulous greenkeepers around the country. We had the services of the great Sean Bellotti at Fig Tree, who's been a winner of that.
Absolutely.
Duncan Elphick up at...
They all do great jobs,
Yamba.
mate.
I saw my mate Gavin Spears from Evans Head earlier today. He was wearing a Jindabyne jacket. I thought he was coming to annoy me with that.
He's looking for his long-lost brother, Nick Hine, obviously.
Please.
Hey. Yeah, no, Spearsy's walking around here.
Does a lovely job for them at Evans Head up the road. Another fabulous... they're all fabulous facilities here on the Northern Rivers.
Yeah, those greens at Evans Head are just absolutely pristine, though. They really are. They are great facility.
Rarely a blade of grass out of place here.
Yeah.
Whether it's Evans Head, Yamba, Iluka, all the great clubs, Lennox.
How's the run here?
Just left it a fraction short. So 1 currently to Corrimal, Brett Pieper. She's saying he misses you, Nico. Well, I do. Yes, we do miss one another, Gabby and myself. I'll hopefully cross paths with him again. We've been playing the Summerland, one of the great tournaments up this way at Christmas time the last few years, and we've run into, could you believe, in the section 2 years running, Indy Conlon and Scott de Jong, and we've been de Jongt a couple of times. They of course went on to win the event last year.
They did too. Yeah, absolutely.
So some
any combination, them two.
Oh, isn't it just? Yeah. Queensland State Singles Champion, and Indy's done everything that there is in the game.
Look, and Indy on his day, he's an absolute magician with a bowl. I'm telling you, can be the best in the world on his day when he turns one on.
Oh, yes, Scott de Jong.
He's just looking good.
Weight control. It's something that Russell Taylor would be proud of. Oh, very, very close there. Still one, I believe, to Corrimal. It's the white bowl at 3 o'clock there, belonging to Brett Pieper. We're probably expect that there's going to be a few a bit closer than that, whether they're bumped in or drawn. So the option here is backhand for Tim Holmes. And up and over this white and orange bowl might go close enough. And yeah, one down is the call from John Green. So Mav being asked to just sneak through that little hole there.
Just had a couple of messages from mates asking about some other results, and there's no live scoring this year, not in the Grade 1 Pennant finals, but you can see all the results of round 1 matches at...
Well, very shortly after the conclusion, we had Billy Mars working furiously to get the scores in here. And look, we'll be expanding that coverage of live scoring across more and more events as we go. Certainly, it'll be Grade 1 next year. We'll be live scored, and we'll see how far down the grades we go with that. But just knowing that there's not as many players who are familiar with it, there's not as many administrators who are familiar with it yet, and we are spread across 12 venues around the state.
Yeah.
Does make it difficult to administer for all of those, but we'll keep bringing that to you. The over 40s state finals, the rookie state finals, that will all be live scored.
And I believe, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, I believe our region's looking at doing our top grade pennant next year.
And that's going to be
at region level.
My strongest request and recommendation to all our regions. We saw 4 regions this year had competitor live scoring in the top grade of Pennant, including Midwest, Metro Northeast, Mid-North Coast and Nepean.
Brilliant.
So, we're building a greater pool of players who are familiar with how that technology works, and we're taking away a lot of the workload from the volunteers, the administrators, because the scores are being entered live. It takes away a lot of the duplication of those roles.
Okay, Braden now. He's got the...
Well, he might just draw it staying cold here, Jace.
Oh, he's just hooked towards the end, and that's just past that clubhouse area, and that wind would have kicked in and pulled him across. Very good effort, though.
Well, the breeze now got a little bit more out of the, as you suggested, just coming from behind the club there. And it's going to be John Green with Seeking Weight.
Well,
And it's Matt Moran's backside. We'll find out what happened there in a moment. Nothing. Oh, maybe it is one.
yeah, it might be one up now.
It was the orange and white Campbelltown Ghost Bowl that got tipped out of the head. That was the one that we liked a shot. So Brett Pieper perhaps back in control there. And Braden, you can see there's, the flags they're not getting a stretch quite, are they, Jace?
No.
But they are
It's just that typical Yamba afternoon breeze, that is.
out there fluttering brightly and looking an absolute picture. The whole club, the surrounds. This is on a reasonable track. He's probably going to need a clear road now.
He's got the clear road, Nick. Has he got the run all the way into it?
That'll do.
I think he has.
That's applause from the little ghosts up front.
Campbelltown just keeping these screws nice and tight on Corrimal, not giving them too many opportunities, which last year's Grade 1 champions, Corrimal, you want to keep them under the pump, making them play their shots to get the shots, not leaving anything open to add or count. Trying to pull the best out of them. So, well done to Campbelltown so far.
And for John Green, we'll see if he tries something similar here. He looks to rumble in and just bump that bowl out of the head. We'll see if we can get... I think he's really going to need to kick the goal here.
If he's got the weight, he's good. No, he hasn't.
You saw the big torpedo punt from halfway up the rink. So one more to Braden Soul. I'll take the score on this rink out to 11 shots to 6. Jay's going to play with the cameras. I'm having a look next door. They haven't updated the scoreboard for a moment over there. So as soon as that updates, we will make sure our score is updated. But currently the masterboard is Campbelltown 28, Corrimal 15. It's not the way I had this drawn up.
No, on paper, definitely not. You probably wouldn't have. Most people wouldn't have. But you know what? This is what our sport's all about, mate. If you turn up and play your best, anything can happen and get the results. So I'm just going to go outside now, Nick, and do a quick round the grounds and have a look. Make sure everything's running well outside. But I'll come back on a little bit later.
Thank you to Jason Pinnock for his insights as always. It's brilliant to have somebody with his vast experience as a commentator and as an administrator. And he's doing a sterling job for us here at Yamba Bowling Club. Nick Hind is my name. Jason Pinnock has just left us. And we trust you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. We're seeing some super stuff here from these leads. Brett Pieper, what a response. Mick Shiner's bowled really well the last couple of ends. And putting the pressure on the Corrimal front end. Rowan Wilson's coming in. And he's giving himself a massive rap, Rowan Wilson, on the way. And he reckons he's a great selector. Called for a few team changes after Moran's 4-shot loss this morning, and seems to be working so far based on, on the body language of our current state singles champion, Rowan Wilson. Now, Jason Mathers. Gee, he was on a good track there. He would have loved another metre on that to get to Brett Pieper. Get to the jack. Little movement is okay. That hand's pretty kind here for the Campbelltown Ghosts. Braden Hughes watching on from Cowra. G'day to you, Braden. Another fantastic young bloke. Was runner-up in the rookie singles last year too. Another competitor here this week, Jack Barclay, playing for Cabramatta, of course. And we're going to have a look here, see Jason Mathers can do. You can see Braden Sole asking for it to hang about. Well, he nearly got a blessed rub there. The Corrimal side probably entitled to feel a little bit as though they've not had their share of the fortune. Russell Taylor slips around the back. It's probably a good home, realistically, there. I'm looking forward to my next game against Rowan Wilson. He's been up and about today. We'll cross paths before too long. It's only a couple of hours from Jindabyne to Merimbula. We have regular Pennant opponents. And I'm expecting the upcoming 2027 Region Championships. I'll find myself drawn against him for something. Looking forward to a big season. 2027. We've still got a little bit to get through to see this season to a conclusion. This is it for the 25-26 season. This is the BCiB Grade 1 Open State Pennant Finals. We're here with you from Yamba Bowling Club, and we're watching Corrimal trailing here. The current Grade 1 champions Corrimal trailing the current Grade 2 state champions Campbelltown, 15 shots to 28 on the master board. And it's, Luke Granger doing some damage against Jared Beckford. And Braden Sole probably having the best of the fortune here. I feel as though they're probably fortunate to be 5-shot leaders, Campbelltown. I think they'd probably agree with that assessment. That's Mav Moran here. He's got this one pointed very well. John Green interested. Doesn't want the jack to move to the left-hand side of picture. Oh, he's played that sensationally. What a bowl, Anthony Moran. Tipped out just a fraction. The Campbelltown bowl, and has probably made two. Tim Holmes now. Well, he's very close to going and drawing this. He's got a piece. Has he drawn it? It's going to fall down. With the side angle will show. So, didn't quite. Yes, he did get a piece of it there. So, John Green applying the spray. Still one off favour to Corrimal. And as we go back to the end camera, the call was for Mav. Be up to that last white bowl of Tim Holmes. And turn it through for 4. He's turned the wrong one through though, Mav. He missed on the high side, and you can see just a little bit disappointed with himself. This was the super effort here from Tim. can see, I thought he was going to draw it absolutely ice cold. Got a little touch off that orange bowl, which deflected. And now it's going to be Braden Soul, who's playing a little bit positive into this. That's going to be missing on the high side with that positivity. And we have seen the scoreboard flip over next door, so we'll update those in just a moment. Now John Green. We've got a little glance off the front. Anthony Moran might need a reminder about standing in the middle of the picture. We'll send our attack dog out there, Kia O'Shea, to word him up. And as we welcome back in Jason Pinnock, he's going to give us a brief around the grounds here. We'll watch Johnny Green. I think he just wants to draw at this very carefully. Needs to beat the white bowl that was indicated by Anthony Moran. Johnny Green saying, is there another way I can get another shot in? But it is a little bit fraught. Well, he's going to come down and have a look here. So you can see the scoreboard's updated 6-3 on 7 ends. We haven't updated the end though because they were measuring for the result of this, the 7th end next door. John Green now looking to just draw this one stone cold. He's on a high line, a little bit firm too, has tipped the orange bowl across, but one shot is all claimed by Corrimal. So John Green 7 trails Braden Soul 11 here. And Jason Pinnock, you've been out and had a look. What's going on?
Yeah, got some score updates for everyone. So Cabramatta up against Dapto Citizens, and Cabramatta up 34-13 after 24, so they jumped out of the gates there. Maitland City up against Marylands, both two-game first-round winners. Maitland City ahead at the moment, 23-12 after 22 ends. Harbord 23, trailing Gwendolyn 30 after 23 ends. Taram Point 26, ahead of Baddo Bay 13 after 21 ends. Nelson's Bay, they've jumped out of the blocks they have after the game this morning. 41, Inverell 16 after 27 ends.
Oh, that's just Inverell sucking them in like they did this morning against.
This is true. This could be a tactic by Inverell. Lennox Head 26, North Haven 24 after 23. So both those teams narrowly lost their first round matches. And Marimbula 29 are ahead of Tuncurry 12 after 23. And I will say, Marimbula crowd are up and about over there on the Little Green.
Rowan Wilson was patting himself on the back for his selection changes as he's come in. So
it's quite a vocal crowd over there for Marimbula. I think there might only be 2 of them, but it sounds like there's 22 of them.
No, that's great too. I mean, we're all here to support our clubs, our regions, our friends. And we've all got plenty of mates here. And, let us know who you're cheering for in the comments. Heidi Finity, she's jumped in. Go Braden and the Campbelltown lads doing us all proud. Well, absolutely they are. And we can see how all the sides are going around the state in BowlsLink. All the results are in for round 1, so you can download the BowlsLink app or head to the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. And you can check out what's been going on around the grounds. There's some very good sides. I had the misfortune of running into the Bega side that's competing in the Grade 3 state pennant finals. I'll tell you what, if they don't win that, they're kidding themselves.
Grade 3, yeah.
Grade
okay.
3, yeah. Oh, Bega, they look good. So I'll be watching on there with some curiosity. Grade 4, our old mate Brett Hughes playing for Hillsdale. Kira O'Shea is cheering them on. They had a 2-shot win this morning on the master board, Hillsdale.
They're another rise to fame. We talked about Campbelltown's rise, in all honesty, the last 3 years, have gone up through the grades. Hillsdale won the grade
5.
Won the grade 5. Is that correct, Kira? Yes. And here they are at a state finals at grade 4 level now. So
yeah, and,
slowly rising. They are up through the ranks, doing plenty of good things there at Hillsdale. And yes, yeah, that's exactly right. So they're going well, but are missing their number 1 star player, Kira. She's on employment duties here in Yamba.
they're missing her in grade 6 as well. She couldn't get around the 6 is unbelievable. I was going to see Russ here. He's going to look to get through this gate. He can get to the Jackie. What a shot. Russ Taylor gets it out in the open. He's been very, very good so far for the Corrimal Cougars. But yeah, a fabulous, as you say, rise to through the ranks. And again, that culture piece, led by Brett Hughes and some of the great members of that club. We see their female membership has exploded.
It is, yes.
They hosted a women's only BPL Cup round. Is that?
Well done, good on them. And what a shot there! What a reply. Yeah, we're going to have 7 of their teams up here for our classic pairs tournaments later in September. So we've combined we had a ladies 1-day pairs, and we've turned it into a 2-day, and we've done that as a lead into our men's 2-day. So 4 days of pairs competition.
Oh, wow.
And Hillsdale have got 7 teams coming on up, so
I'm sure
2 in the ladies and 5 in the men's.
Greg Target and your Sellerman have been tipped off about this.
They're a good crew. Shout out to the Hillsdale boys if any of them listening. Carlos and Kevy Fitz. He's a legend. He's Irish, Kira tells me, so of course he is.
No, it's fabulous to see every club that's, if you've made a state pennant final in any grade, you've done yourself and your club proud. So Mav Moran's doing himself proud. He's going to get down and sit this yellow ball. It's a super shot, Mav. He's in some fine touch.
Sure is. All right, well, Nick, I'll be back later. I'm going to do a little bit of work around the area.
Thanks, mate. I'll let Jason Pinnock, he's been summoned. So he's going to go and do some duties, support the team here. And we've seen Matt Moran, he's showing some class in recent ends. Now, this is a tricky one though. He wants to double up, but he didn't want to move the jack that time, so he didn't play with the same confidence. And now for Tim Holmes. Well, this is close here from Tim. This is very close. What a shot. These thirds, they're going toe-to-toe, duking it out. And it's going to be 1 shot to Campbelltown on the crossover. Let's have a look at that again. So yeah, we saw Matt Moran was sort of kicking stones at the top of the picture, and this is why. Needed to keep applying that pressure. And it was a super shot there from Tim Holmes to get down, turn the head over. It's back live now. It's John Green. Well, I don't mind his line here. It's all down to the pace. A little trail's excellent for Johnny Green. What a shot. It's bounced well. Perhaps unluckily, it is still 1 shot, would you believe, to the Campbelltown Ghost. I thought he had that trailed for 3. Just got the jack a little bit thin. And the call here is for Braden Soul. I think to get past. There's a bit of a risk there if that jack gets moving. Yeah, played it pretty well. Now for John Green, I wonder if he'll look to go that bowl out. Looks hard to get without the jack moving. And the catches are really favouring Campbelltown at the moment. So it is going to be backhand, looking to draw off the shot bowl here. It's a tough shot for John Green. I'll tell you what, he's in some sort of an area. Gets off his own. Well, what's the indication from the players here? Johnny Green's not running down the green high-fiving, so I suggest that he's going to say that's not the shot. So still one to Campbelltown, and we'll see which way Braden Soul approaches this. Going to do the same thing as John Green. Basically going to look to play the same bowl. Probably pushed it a bit firm. And a single shot to Campbelltown, a single shot to Braden Soul. And he leads now 12 shots to 7. We've had 9 completed ends here. The scoreboard's updating. Next door, we'll update those for you in a moment. So make sure that everything is adding up. But currently, it is adding up as a strong position here for Campbelltown. Seeing another bright start there from Michael Shiner. So it's 7-4 next door. They're flipping the end scoreboard over, but they have completed 8 ends. They are playing their 9th end now next door, and then Jared Beckford and Luke Granger. It's 19-4 through 10 ends. So a couple more to Corrimal. Against Corrimal. So it's Campbelltown off to the races here. They've nearly got Corrimal doubled up at this point. And it's going to take, well, perhaps something special here from the defending champions. If they're going to go all the way, we've got plenty cheering them on. Campbelltown, Jason Mathers' family watching on the TV at home. Let's go Campbelltown. Matthew Henry is cheering for them. My man Dougie watching from Bulgaria. Mark Rossington from the Philippines. All of our regulars. We'd love for you to be a regular here. As we see, well, that's a regular occurrence for Jason. That's a super shot. All of a sudden, a bit of pressure being applied here to Russ Taylor, who's started really brightly here for Corrimal. I'll tell you what, he's in a fair sort of an area here too. Matt Moran's going to wander into the shot again. And, well, it changed it up and has made shot too. Well done, Russ Taylor. So, yes, we'd love for you to be familiar with us. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all our social media channels. Have your notifications turned on. As we'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Try to get away just before 9 o'clock with round 3 action. Campbelltown have turned a Brett Pieper Corrimal bowl up into the head. And it is 2, but access to the jack looks a little bit kinder now. That last bowl, though, it has sort of turned Anthony Moran in behind the jack. So, opportunity here for Campbelltown. I think they can play this either hand. The backhand has looked kinder in this direction, and well, it's not going to be that kind though. Yeah, you can see at the top of the picture there some disappointed body language from Tim Holmes. Tough position to be playing third when you don't have much front end support. It's easy to look as though you're not playing well, just because the opportunities aren't always there. Mav Moran has been very good despite his occasional positioning. Ron's in the chat suggesting the electric dog collar might need to be might need to be employed. I've been threatening that for years. That all sorts of events. Now, how quickly is this going to get down? Just probably pace the issue there rather than line from Tim Holmes. And now Anthony Moran. Name that we've seen in lots a lot recently. Moran name. His younger son Zach has been featuring prominently in the junior ranks of late. He played lovely weight there, Anthony Moran. And John Green, probably a head where they feel as though they're in control for the first time. Corrimal. You know, it's not panic stations yet. Jared Beckford probably needs to get on his bike a little bit, but it's certainly not all over. We saw the magnificent fight back this morning from Inverell. We're seeing Russell Taylor give their sponsors a great shout, but it's Braden Soul who's gone and drawn second shot. So, not too foul. We might have to go and send our gopher out there again. They're getting a little bit slack. But we are getting late into the afternoon, and the concentration on these players is, well, 100% on the bowls. They are playing, as we know, for a state pennant flag. And to win Grade 1 is an incredible achievement for these players and these clubs. Well, good effort here from Braden Soul. Probably just left it a bowl short. So Jay's going to step out for a moment. I'm with you solo here, going to... We'll have a look at John Green. Well, he hopped up. Well, he was pretty enthusiastic about that there, John Green. Well, he needed a little seat in there somewhere, didn't quite find it, and it's going to be one shot to the Corrimal Cougars. And through 10 ends, we're seeing a scoreline of 8 shots to 12. Just pulling back the curtain a little bit. We've actually closed down the curtain a little bit. The afternoon sun's starting to glare into our commentary position, but lovely and cool in here. DJ Dilworth, Maitland City manager, lurking. I think we'll get him on the call at some point. He loves it. He loves it. Here he is. Welcome him in for the first time. DJ Dilworth. Oh. He's throwing the headsets down on.
Having a trouble with the tech, mate. Sorry about that. How are we, Nick?
Well, welcome to you, DJ. It's lovely to have your company, even if it's only briefly. How's everything going for your crew out there, mate?
They're up against Marylands at the moment, doing pretty well. Good win this morning against Siddos. So, yeah, no, things are going pretty good, mate. Weather's absolutely beautiful up here. Greens are running good. Can't complain.
Well, how about this one? We're seeing the current Grade 1 champions up against the current Grade 2 champions, and it's the Grade 2 champions giving it.
At the minute, yeah, 35-19, not bad.
Well, this game's been very good. The lead battle, outstanding. Brett Pieper, we've seen him around the game for a long time. But
yeah, moving back up to the LOR from Wagga there.
It's Jared Beckford who's struggling against Luke Granger.
Yeah, well, Luke's won one of these before with Cabramatta, hasn't he?
Oh, you'd know better than me. No, he's been a super talent for a long time, yeah. Luke Granger, and as you know, there's just a lot of players who found their way to Campbelltown, maybe not on a second chance, but have found a new lease of life perhaps in their careers.
It has. I've had a chat to a couple of them because, funnily enough, one of the guys that plays there is actually working on our facility up in Maitland City. He's part of one of the contractors, and he was saying about they've just got a young core group there, which is good to see. And they've started down in the lower grades and worked up now. As you said, current 2 grade champions playing against the current 1 grade champions and getting up. So it just shows you it's good to see a little club they got building up on the green.
And they were Grade 3 runners up 2 years ago. So
yeah, they're certainly a club on the rise.
So, yeah, lots of good stuff going on there, and lots of good stuff going on at your club too, mate. Tell us a little bit about the...
Yeah, we've got a massive facility being developed there at the moment. 2 greens going undercover, and then an extension to the building as well with new bowlers lounge, new bowls facilities, office areas, locker rooms, the whole lot. We're spending plenty of money up there at Maitland City, and looking forward to when it finally gets done, hopefully later this year or if not early next.
Well, I'm looking forward to... getting out. I'm sure Maitland City will be a prominent host of Bowls New South Wales and region events and all sorts of things.
Well, that's what we're doing it for, mate. We're doing it for the game of bowls, not just ourselves. So, by all means, we'll be hosting a few tournaments and trying to host a few big events while we're there too.
Well, we've just seen this big event here. It was a good effort from second there, Jason Mathis. He's played well so far. That was perhaps a little bit unfortunate. Got through his own bowl onto the jack, but it did spit back to Russ Taylor's orange bowl. He's looking to get a similar sort of thing going on here. Gets a straightener. Well, that was Brett Pieper that went up that time.
I think Moran and Johnny Green having plenty of experience there.
Well,
so there is. Both, man.
Absolutely, and we've been saying about Mav, what a luxury to have him playing third. Your current runner-up in the state champion singles, and has been winning just consistently, right? He's
not even the best bowler in the family.
Such a winner. I reckon he might be third now. I've been told.
Yeah.
Luke Granger's got another one up next door. He's now on to 20. But we've seen in these games that one rink, you can cover up. This 3-rink format, you can cover for it.
It's getting out there. It's getting out there.
Yeah, well, Eric O'Hannes, you feel, is going to have to do a bit of a job, or John Green.
Yeah.
And for Jared Beckford now, damage limitation. You're halfway through the game. You just need to chip away. And
yeah, as you said, halfway through, mate, you got to stop that bleeding on that rink in particular. They just need to focus on winning ends, and the other 2 rinks need to focus on trying to win now. So yeah, you'd like to see Johnny Green down before here as well. That's a margin he needs to overturn, you would think. Eric Johannes needs to keep kicking on.
Pretty close here. Gets up through. Well, it's going to cut it down to 1 again, and probably 2 seconds now for Campbelltown.
We had a balls there too. They're all finding the line pretty easy, aren't they? All the balls spread up and down that
well,
line.
This direction typically plays more difficult, but the breeze coming, pretty much, from top to bottom of the picture is making that a little bit easier. We saw it the inter-region playing this direction when the wind came off the coast, that players were really struggling in this direction to adapt and get it absolutely spot on. Now, for Mav, the idea is going to be pretty simple here. Get us another one in the head, please. Just missed on the big side again. That orange bowl does belong to Russell Taylor. That's the shot bowl for Corrimal. So an opportunity here to get down and land that. Could make as many as 3.
Is he going to hold by that one? Oh, through the gap as well.
Well, they've probably had more than their fair share of luck. I was saying to Jason before that Campbelltown, I think Braden Souls had a few really fortunate results, and the margin is probably reflective of that.
Yeah,
It's a good game. The luck has gone so far Campbelltown's way. There was good speed, though, to get down and land that orange bowl of Russ Taylor.
It was. He played nice way to it.
So good to see there's positive intent. John Green will let another one in the head. Peter Thornton's not very nice. He reckons East Maitland's still the best club in Maitland. Well, I think...
Peter who?
Peter Thornton.
No, I've never heard of him.
Oh. If you think that, Peter, send DJ a text message if that's what you really think. No, it's going to be fantastic. There's so many great clubs across the Hunter Valley, the Newcastle, that region. There's a lot of Central Coast as well. There's some fabulous facilities now too. So
they're certainly popping up all over the place, man.
It's a great thing for our sport. Great thing for Braden Soul here is going to be if he can get a clear run through to that bowl of Russ Taylor.
Yeah, you can use that shoulder a bit as well. Just come off that. Even Jack out to the side's his, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Well,
he's in the area here.
The shoulder is the Leeds bowl for.
He's close here.
Campbelltown. He's got it. Oh,
brilliant
DJ.
shot.
Well, that's why you've come in, DJ, to see great bowls like that. That's a super bowl. And
No
it's
luck
going to
involved in
make,
that one.
well, probably a couple. And John Green's going to go and have a look. While he does that, we'll have a look at this once again. Didn't look like missing, did it, DJ?
No,
for a long way
that
out.
minute there, you just as long as he got pie that short red one, he was going to get something. And yeah, a piece of the jack just makes it a bit harder for John Green.
Well, yeah, the way that the head's lined up, even if you can get through the front on the backhand, it's only going to go to Campbelltown bowls. I think John Green's going to have to try to play a pretty similar sort of shot now, DJ. Get off the white bowl at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, probably a little bit less weight. He's almost got the dead draw, doesn't he? But yeah, he's got that shoulder to work off, could fall in. At least cut down, he'd be hoping. Don't think there's much of a running shot there on the front.
Well, the other difficulty, of course, is that Braden Soul has last say, so even if he does get it out in the open...
Yeah.
Well,
is he a little bit under with this one?
Perhaps,
He's got to turn away. It wasn't bad, just missed the lines. Is he going to hold up? No, just going to go outside.
So now, possibly 2 for Campbelltown. John Green admonishes himself at the top of the picture.
Yeah, Braden seems to be looking at that shot you like. Try and get down underneath the last ball there. John Green set the jack high. 3 o'clock and see if he can turn that up and over, or else just draw for another.
The suggestion there from Tim Holmes was if you get the jack moving to sort of back left of picture, you could make potentially 4 or 5 here, and that might be a real dagger for the Corrimal quartet as they get all over our picture. We might have to try the other angle there.
You got along with it.
Well, we've sent our attack dog.
Oh, what an effort too. He looks like he's drawn it.
Kira O'Shea out there to remind them of their responsibilities, and it is going to be 3. And it's a super 3 there. Braden Souls played 2 absolute genius bowls and takes them out to a remarkable lead.
20-shot lead. It's they'll start to be playing on the minds of the Corrimal Cougars. They want to start chipping away at this now.
So, well, like you say, Corrimal's going to need to get after it. So now this lead battle's been pretty closely fought. Brett Pieper, of course, he's been a real exponent as a front end player for a long time.
Phenomenal singles player, which usually translates into a pretty decent lead. So it does. So, yeah, very specialist position, especially at this level. I mean, you're really just playing a battle against your opposition and then sitting down out of the way, because very rarely is your bulls as a lead in Grade 1 going to stay there.
Well, particularly when you park them as close as Brett Pieper does, with some monotonous regularity.
He's put that down for quote of the day.
I've had heaps.
Monotonous regularity.
You haven't been tuning in, clearly. You're working too hard as the manager.
Well, delegating more than anything. I've got David Lane out there doing the scoreboard for me, which is lucky. I'm not a very good watcher. I'm pacing around a fair bit. Well, Peeps wants to add a bit on his last. Looks like he's corrected the line. Johnny Green's interested in the speed. Needs to get by that one.
Just not going to pull up. What's the time? 3:15. We're probably not quite at that stage of the afternoon where the pace is coming right off yet, but we will get there just after 4 o'clock. I can expect, as it cools off and the blades of grass start chasing the last of the afternoon sun. This has been nicely done here. We'll pull up for number 1. He's been good, Jason Mathers, and plenty of support.
Well, Russell Taylor had that good one in the last end that they had to come down and sit out. Can I repeat that now? Both the Piepers on the way in. Greeny's interested. Up and over. His weight was good there for clear.
Has given the opportunity for a few bowls to be promoted if Corrimal like to stay that side of the rink. That one just a little bit firm.
He'd love to get the gap here and sit the yellow clean. So he would. That'd be a great result for him. But yeah, as you said, turn any of those is good. But yeah, you see Johnny signaling it there. Get down. Enough weight to turn that or turn the bulls up. So slightly more than draw weight here. Oh, he's out on a wide line there. I don't think that's going to come back, but he's hoping it stays on the green for a back one.
Yeah, probably just played it a little bit too quick. So it's going to be 1 to Campbelltown on the changeover. But as you say, a lot of ways to win there, DJ, if you play good weight on that forehand side. But Campbelltown, well, they'll be staying right away from it.
Yeah, just looking to drop either side of that orange bowler on the backhand side will suit them. Pretty good weight here. Yeah, just didn't get the clear road. Still good enough promotion, though. It takes a couple of those Corrimal ones out that were sitting for second, so should see something similar here from Moran, trying to get down to the yellow shot bowl or promote one of the Corrimal ones. This is a better line. We can get a clear road now down to this yellow. Oh, nice little help there off the wide shoulder.
Well, that's what we said. That's what we said, didn't we, DJ? There's a lot of ways to win.
There was, mate. It was definitely beautiful weight there. Gets that gap he was getting shot anyway. Just made that a little bit better.
Oh, he's done a bit of the heavy lifting so far, Anthony Moran. This man, Tim Holmes, he's just left that short. Jeez, it was a good track for it.
Just needed a clear road just to creep up a bit more.
The issue is that it's kind of gummed up that hand now a little bit for...
It's making it hard, especially now if Marv can play the same as what he just played and sit that yellow out. Makes it really, really hard.
I wonder if Braden Soul might be tempted to burn one and just sort of clear a path for himself with the first, get up through it. We'll see what Mav does.
He's on a decent line again. How's the speed? Looks like he's going to turn one of the short ones up, if anything.
Well, that's okay too. Makes it very, very hard to access for Campbelltown.
Makes it a little bit better for them too, because they can't get to that yellow one clean now. Johnny Green's got to play through his own or play for a split. We'll see what they do here.
Well, you can see it.
I think Brendan Soul will be playing. Braden Soul will be playing search and wait on the backhand here. He's got plenty to turn up and through. Like, there's no clear cut. This is the shot to play, but there's plenty of options there. As you said, burn one. At worst, he should open this up. If he gets the split between the two of his own there on the backhand, he's got a chance to come through and get to the shot. Well, it's definitely 3 or 4 yards away here. Swing down, make a connection, get a better look at it.
Well, call that nicely, DJ. He's not quite played as quick as you've called for. No. He's looking to get a clear raid himself now.
Yeah, I'd say he's underplayed that a bit.
Just had to be passed there. That was only ever going to be draw weight, and that perfect shot is hard. There's a good shot that gives you a lot more options.
Just you look at the body language of the third, and then the scratch of the hair from Braden himself, and he knew he didn't quite play that right. That's made it harder with the angles. But Johnny Green, what's he got up his sleeve now? Forehand maybe. Yep. Try and promote one of his own again. If he can get, there is a split there. He could get down through and still sit that yellow out and make things very interesting. Oh, that's searching very narrow. He needs to be careful here. Oh, he's got away with it. What's happening here, though?
Well, he hasn't got away with it. This might be a dead heat at the moment. No, one shot being declared by Campbelltown. There may not be a microscope powerful enough to determine it, but we'll use ours. They might both be touching.
Hard to tell from that angle. The yellow's definitely on it.
Yellow's definitely touching, so
don't see any light coming through there. Could both be touching. Would be
at worst. It is a dead heat. It's, John Green's going to come down and have a inspection, as is Braden Soul.
Yeah, what's Braden do here? I think he's nearly got to play one in the eye on the forehand, because Green's shots is all through that forehand. That's all his balls coming up. Does he just try and mix that up there and make it a bit harder? Like John's best result is that split off on the left-hand side at about 11 o'clock.
Off the orange,
If he gets the inside of the orange, he could come down through for that yellow. If he gets the red full in the face, same thing. So how does Braden take that away from him is the question. Or does he back himself to draw down for another second shot through that, using the orange of his own one himself over there at 2 o'clock?
Well, the other option for Braden is to actually go aggressive at this, get the split, get the jack moving to the back of the rink where they do have a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know that you need to do it with the scoreboard in this position.
Not at 21 shots on the big board, and what's he up 7 on the rink as well? Nah, make John play it. Backhand draw by the looks of it. Just try and creep underneath the orange if he can. Not badly lined. How's the speed?
Well, there is a way. If you can get to the front of this,
tell you what,
and turn it off, he's made the shot. That's incredible. That is incredible, DJ.
That is a super shot. You can't understate that. That was brilliant. That shot. He's given himself the shot and stopped any sort of a count going towards Corrimal. Everything behind the head now is all Campbelltown.
Well, the timing of you, David Dilworth, to come and join us here. Come and see some brilliant bowls in 2 ends in a row, and it's Braden Soul who's played them both.
Yeah,
that was just incredible. So, we'll see what John Green can do here. He's probably going to feel a little bit guilty too, because his last shot was the one that gave the opportunity, change the head up negatively for Corrimal.
Yeah, he will be disappointed knowing John too, because there really wasn't a lot on there for Braden, other than just reach up through and hope. I think John's got to reach down and try and get onto his red balls. Push it across and pump that yellow one out clean. He doesn't really want the jack going back.
No, jack movement isn't ideal here, but
so he wants on to Mav Moran's ball onto his own ball. He's not far away either. He needs to hurry. Darn. Oh, he's played it.
He's played it. Well, what an end. Hit the replay button there. Kira O'Shea is going to be very excited. You'll see this later on. One shot it is to John Green. Hit the replay button there.
Two great balls from the skippers there to finish up.
Just absolutely something to...
Inch perfect here. Wait in line. That's all he had on for any chance to get the shot and just keep Corrimal moving and keep it in this game. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, timely, as you suggest, DJ. There's no...
Not much room for error now for Corrimal.
No room for error.
They've got to try and keep winning ends, as you said earlier on.
Yeah, with 9 ends to go on this rink, there's if there's a chance to take a shot, take an end, but really probably going to have to make it 2.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's a good time for me to love you and leave you.
Well, thank you to DJ Dilworth. Thank you for jumping on, mate. Best of luck to Maitland City as you progress through the afternoon, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again throughout the broadcast, I'm sure.
We'll see how we go, mate.
All right. DJ Dilworth, everyone, joining us. Maitland City's great coordinator and one of the great characters. He's, well, what a time to come on line. He's seen perhaps 2 of the best bowls, 3 of the best bowls you might see here at the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. Nick Hind is my name. DJ Dilworth was his name. It's been fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Are you not impressed by that? That's just some class, absolute class from both these skips, John Green and Braden Soul, showing us, well, just how it's done. So Corrimal have what a new plan here. They're going maximum length, and Brett Pieper hasn't quite nailed it. Michael Shiner's got the right edge there and has got number 1. Russ Taylor. One feels it's important that he gets one close here, nails this. He's done that exactly well. Some more vocal support outside, and Corrimal 20 shots the deficit. New Campbelltown were a good side, but once again probably didn't have the script saying Corrimal would be chasing 20 as we see a response. What a response! Oh, the replay button's getting a workout here. Jason Mathers, he's played some big bowls in this contest, and we see once again he gets down, sits the shot, rocks back onto the jack. That was brilliantly done. And back live now, Russ Taylor just goes sliding under. He's finished in an excellent home though. Looks a very likely position to be a good catcher. And, well, that's an excellent result there. Probably a bit hot from Jason, but, well, it's only quick if you don't run into something. And he's parked up in a lovely home there for Campbelltown at the back of the rink. The front yellow bowl's pretty well locked on. So jack movement's going to be required, I feel, for Corrimal. Kevin Hunt telling us scintillating shots, skippers. Well, you're exactly right. The skippers have turned one on for us here this afternoon. Getting close to 3:30 here Eastern Time in Australia. Still 21, 22 degrees outside. Very, very comfortable conditions here in the Australian winter. I'll tell you what, Anthony Moran is not far away. Wants to just hang around a fraction, get a piece of the jack. It's going to disappear. And John Green places that one up on the bank. It was Mav's probably disappointed with himself, but he did the right thing, gave it every chance, and jack movement towards the back left of picture there. The orange bowl is what I expect they're playing for. Need to be a little bit careful here. Well, he's done that okay. Tim Holmes probably gives a second chance draw, though, here for Anthony Moran. That same bowl, he plays it again. He can get a bounce off that front white bowl of Campbelltown. Get back down to the jack, back down to the shot bowl. Well, he's not going to need it this time. He's got the yellow bowl into the jack, thumps out into the open. Probably 2 or 3 to Campbelltown, but Corrimal will be okay with that. It's going to be very hard to win the end how things were set up. And here on Rink 8 here at Yamba Bowling Club, John Green is going to have an assessment, and I think he's going to find that he's at least 2 down. But Anthony Moran got the jack out in the open. Braden Sol goes trotting past. 21-6 now on the far rink. Jared Beckford has picked up 2 shots, but they've been singles only. Eric Johannes and Dylan Skinner, well, they're locked in a epic battle there, but the master scoreboard here is showing a big advantage currently to the Campbelltown Ghosts. John Green looking to draw. This looks to be firm. Yeah, it's just going to slip past. And stayed in bounds, but realistically, these players, they're not playing for any jack movement at this point. Braden Sol just a little bit quick as well, slipping past. Now John Green probably needs to subtract well over a metre, and even for good players like John Green, that's very easy to do. You look to take off 1 or 2 when you drop 4 or 5. And now, well, for Braden Sol, there's probably some questions. How much is that orange bowl worth? And is it worth looking for? Just don't know. I think the risk appetite for Campbelltown is going to be low at this point. There's really no need to do anything more than add 1 more shot to your own score and take 1 more end away from Corrimal. That's 1 fewer end they've got to chase you down, and it's going to drop short. So we'll get 1 and 2 have been confirmed. 2 shots it is. So Braden Sol 17 leads John Green 9. We've had 13 ends completed here. It's 11-6 next door through 14 ends. So Eric Johannes has picked up a couple. That's timely. But as great as Eric Johannes is, I don't know that he's going to be able to carry both John Green and Jared Beckford to victory here. Time starting to run out for Corrimal. 20 shots the masterboard deficit currently. And well, it's just an unlikely margin. It's a lovely start. shiner for Campbelltown's been in sublime touch so far today. Brett Pieper hasn't done really a lot wrong. Michael Shiners is very good again. This is really good stuff. What great leading there. Michael Shiner. You know, if you're going to give any negatives on that, is that he did leave perhaps a little seat for Brett Pieper, but not quite able to get there. Oh, that's a good bowl. Once again, Jason Mathers. I've been really, really impressed with him. I've been really impressed with the front two here for Campbelltown. Russell Taylor's played well. Brett Pieper hasn't played poorly, but it's great setup work from the Campbelltown front end. Russ Taylor's just going to float around on the high side. I mean, Tent's okay that he's getting back. It's a bit of the classic commentator's curse there. I've wrapped Jason Mathers, and that one is ineffective. With a nice way of saying it. Russell Taylor now watching for this one to get down. He knew it was perhaps on the quick side out of the hand. It's a good effort, but the good efforts are being, well, they're going unrewarded with the superior efforts of the Campbelltown Ghosts. And as we get down towards the final third of this contest, well, Luke Granger extends his lead 24 shots to 7 on the far rink, 11-8 through 15 ends next door. So Dylan Skinner has picked up a 2. And our featured live stream rink here, well, that has probably made another. That's the Corrimal bowl getting popped out of the head. And well, I feel like damage limitation might be the thought at this point. It's a hard spot to be in. You know that you've only scored 9 shots so far through 13 ends of this game. Anthony Moran has looked the most likely. Being asked to hold here, needs to get past that front yellow, has just crashed into it. Again, everything seeming to go Campbelltown's way. See that jack really locked in. Now Tim Holmes just has to be a little bit careful here. Doesn't want to make that jack look more visible. I think it's time for some weight through the middle. That's probably 4 or 5 down. And there's no real draw line to the jack. I like this call from John Green. You know, get in the inside half of the white, gets onto the yellow, gets onto the jack. You know, it's a little bit of ricochet rabbit, but it's not a situation where you can just draw this. And so Mav on the attack. He's in a pretty fair area here to get some result. Well, hasn't really done much. He's got Brett Pieper through the head. Just didn't hang on. As we know, margin's so important. When we've got top two going through currently, Tarrant Point, well, they had the big win in the first round in section number 1. They're at 10 points plus 20. 9 points plus 4 is Baddo Bay in the second spot there. Section 2, Nelson Bay, they had a margin of 19 and claimed all 3 rinks, while, Inverell claimed all 3 rinks, while Nelson Bay had a margin of 20, claiming 2 rinks in their contest against North Haven. Braden Soul, well, was being urged to get back. I think attack from John Green. Likely Campbelltown had 2 rinks get up this morning for a 17-shot margin. Corrimal found themselves in an epic fight against Gwendolyn, and their results this morning, they had 8 points plus 3, so only 1 rink winning, but doing enough to cover the tight losses of the other 2. It's going to need something like that if we are to go and see a Corrimal victory this afternoon. John Green, his bowls have stood tall, long way here. Needs the right result, the right edge, gets 1 out. A little bit more of that, he might have got a couple more, but Corrimal just really not getting much luck. And in Section 4, Maryland's had a comprehensive victory, all 3 rinks, and plus 18 against Cabramatta, while Maitland City had not everything go their own way, but a 4-shot margin on the masterboard, claiming 2 rinks to 1 over Adaptate Citizens. So it's good to have DJ's company earlier. It's been great to have Jason Pinnock joining us. And it's great to have your company wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Nick Hind is my name. We're here with you at Yamba Bowling Club. And it is the 2025-26 BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. You're watching John Green for Corrimal being really placed under some significant pressure here by this very impressive Campbelltown side. Now just wants to stay off that front bowl, does Braden Soul. Has that done enough to walk into the count? I'm not sure. For John Green, there's still not a lot of options for him here. So I think Mav was indicating maybe just try to get second shot. Put the ASICS rink scorcher above the white bowl at 9 o'clock and said, well, if you can beat that, get the inside edge of that, you probably give yourself a chance. So I think it's backhand here, potentially, for John Green. Or it's going to be weight again on the forehand. Yeah, so it's a reaching sort of weighted shot. He's pulled it a little bit again here, Johnny Green, and that's going to disturb. Wouldn't even disturb a ghost, that one. As Mav frustratedly kicks a few out, and this is going to be a decent collect for Campbelltown. Tremendous competitor, Anthony Moran, but, well, nobody likes getting what's turning into a little bit of a tune-up here. So I didn't really imagine or expect this to be a result. How many was that, Jay? It was 4 shots. So Braden Soul gets to 21. John Green remains on 9. And, well, there is still time. 19 ends to play, but the margin is now 26 shots. Campbelltown have nearly got them doubled up again here early. We know this Corrimal side's very, very good, but, well, we're seeing more and more that Campbelltown may be moving into the contenders. Cody O'Keefe might be deleting some comments he made in our earlier stream. He had Corrimal 1, Merimbula 2. And Merimbula have been, well, they had their flag lowered, their colours lowered this morning by Baddo Bay, and now Corrimal. I guarantee they will not give up. These super players, super competitors. They've run into a bit of a buzzsaw this morning or this afternoon in these Campbelltown Ghosts. Well, that's a good bowl there. Clear road past either side gives a good position bowl for Campbelltown, and getting the other one in the middle does good things too. Brett Pieper, he's responded. That'll be number 1.5 at best. I think that's fallen out for second. Shot only. Jason Mathers slides a little bit on the high side. We're probably going to start to see a little bit of the finish come off the green. We can see those long shadows. And the eagle-eyed amongst our viewers will have noticed we have changed direction from this morning. So just Jason Pinnock did say, what a great bowl there from Russ Taylor. Squeaks through the hole, gets a touch as well on the way through. Jason Mathers here can play something fairly similar to his last in terms of the effort and the attempt. Doesn't quite get the right side. Change direction, Jason Pinnock, and Green Staff headed up by our man Graham. He said it is difficult playing the other direction in the afternoon. He's going to do it again here, Russ Taylor. That's incredible. What a shot. Oh, there's applause from the top of the picture there. He's gone and bumped through the same hole twice running, and I guarantee you the call from John Green was that he wanted the white bowl turned up and over, but it took me a moment to recognise which one this is. This is the second attempt. They were almost identical. A couple little bumps through the hole, and sits in, makes 2 shots. So we'll see here. I expect this might be some firm weight. Looking for the jack. Well, clatters through the front. Back of the rink, looking fairly barren there. There's not really much on for either side in terms of a count. There's Brett Pieper at the back. I think Anthony Moran, similar sort of plan here for what Russell Taylor did. Wants to hold it now, doesn't. Well, he's potentially gummed that hole up. Certainly there's no direct access to the jack. It might be go again and just open it up. And it will be wait for a second time here from Holmes. Goes banging into the ditch. And beautiful pictures on this fabulous afternoon here at Yamba Bowling Club. Anthony Moran, once again, wants to stay off. And has done enough for 3, according to John Green. Want to stay off the white and orange, but the difficulty here for Campbelltown for the first time in a long time is that they don't really have much in the head. There's the orange and white bowl of lead Michael Shiner, and that's about it. So Braden Sole probably playing a little bit more controlled, looking to punch through, spin on. Well, he's done it beautifully. What a shot. Probably cut it down to 1 only. But a fantastic piece of weight. Looked as though it was going to take 2 bowls there to get the shot back. And, well, he's played the first one well. And now for John Green. He's got probably got to take a risk here. I think I'd like to see him play the forehand, look for the same hole and potentially flick out that bowl of Braden Sole. Just look to get it out on the inside edge. Oh, it's backhand. I think I can visualise it happening a little bit easier. I think he was looking to get Anthony Moran up and through, which is probably the higher reward shot. The degree of difficulty is up there. Now Braden Sole. He's shown plenty here, and I think he's defending against a possible number, so he's probably willing to concede the 1 shot down and looking to park something at the back of the rink. Yeah, he's identified that potentially John Green had a way to make a score at the back of the rink there. So opting for defence rather than attack. John Green, this will be attack from him. Wants the red bowl of Matt Moran at the front of the green. He's not going to get it, and it's going to be 1 down. So 1 shot to John Green, 1 shot to Corrimal, and it's 10 shots to John Green, 21 shots Braden Sole. 6 ends to play here. Next door 11-10 through 16 completed ends, 24 shots to 8. Well, that's doing some real damage. Luke Granger. I've seen that scoreboard flick over next door. I think it's 26 shots to 8, so we'll get that confirmed momentarily on the far rink. It is, yes. Well, I think for Corrimal, probably don't start booking in your round of golf just yet for tomorrow afternoon, but Corrimal will have to win tomorrow morning. I'm certainly not giving up on them, but it's going to take a remarkable finish if Corrimal are going to erase a 28-shot deficit in 15 ends. It's 2 and over every rink. You know, we're talking probabilities in the 1 in a million sort of thing here. So realistically, it's been a fine performance from Campbelltown, and I think John Green, you're probably resigned now to thinking more about your margin, your deficit, and trying to improve that rather than chasing a potential win here. Russell Taylor's been very good. I think he can hold his head high, probably been the best for Corrimal in this one. Taylor gets the right edge there. That was very kind. Expect Corrimal holding 2. Well, this is finishing nicely here. Gets the right edge. Has probably flopped in for second shot. And for Mav Moran on this glorious Friday afternoon here at Yamba Bowling Club. I'll need to do something here to try to get all those shots back and some more. Conclusion of the 25-26 season. We started the 25-26 season on July 1st, 2025. The Pennant competitions, these open Pennant competitions, didn't start until February in almost all areas, and this is the concluding couple of days here of that 25-26 season before we move into the January 1st calendar, starting 1st of January 2027. We've still got a few events to play the back half of this year, including our mixed pairs, over 40s pairs. The draws will be out next week for that. The over 40 pairs draws are out. The mixed pairs draws will be out very shortly. The rookie pairs draws will be out next week. And of course, Nationals qualifiers in November, December. So we're looking forward to bringing you all of that. Mav Moran has turned up a Campbelltown bowl, and disconsolately wanders to the back of the rink, and you feel it's just not quite been Corrimal's day today. But I mean, if they can sneak through as a section, winner or runner up, I don't know that any team is going to be excited to face a Corrimal in a quarter final or a semi final. John Green and Mav having a little discussion. Anthony, Mav, Moran, about what we're doing here, what the plan is, and how potentially can John Green come back. 12 shots in 6 ends. It's 2 and over for him. 26-8, Jared Beckford trails Luke Granger. That's been a really expensive rink. John Green, almost flirting with disaster there. I don't think there's an easy way for him to access the jack, though. And once again for Braden Soul, he can get a few results here. That's all Campbelltown coming in. That was Campbelltown getting bumped up. It fell, I think, the wrong way. Still 1 to Corrimal. And for John Green. Well, this is perhaps a risky bowl. He's likely to crash into the yellow. He's stuck around in the head. Where's that yellow bowl gone? Well, yep, you can see Mav Moran's expression is perhaps unimpressed. Pressure of these Pennant finals telling, and it's going to be a fortunate one once again for Campbelltown. So I think that's going to extinguish just about the last of the hope for John Green. I think it's going to extinguish, well, a lot of the hopes for Corrimal here. It's they're being just about doubled up by Campbelltown. Jason Pinnock is back in alongside me, and he's got some around the grounds, Jason.
I have, mate, yep. So we'll go from the top. Cabramatta 61, Dapto 32 after 51 ends.
Cabramatta are probably taking out some disappointment after they fell to Maryland's in the first round there.
Absolutely, and Maitland City 44, Maryland's 36 after 43 ends.
There we go, that's interesting.
It is. Harvard 55, Gwendolyn 43 after 48 ends.
Okay.
Tarrant Point 45, Baddo Bay 35 after 46 ends. Mm-hmm. Nelson's Bay 64, Inverell 34 after 53 ends.
I'm going to say Inverell can't run that one down despite their great performance this morning.
Yeah. Lennox Head 60, North Haven 46 after 52 ends.
Uh-huh.
And Marimbula 55, Tuncurry 31 after 46 ends.
Right, okay, so a few that are looking probably a little bit more comfortable out there. There's not as many games that are going to come down to the final bowl, you'd think, based on those scores, but still enough time for those that are within, spitting distance. I think here, Corrimal have, just been outclassed on two rinks. Certainly Braden Soul has been brilliant. I had DJ come and join us briefly, and he saw probably three of the best bowls you're likely to see.
Wow, I have to watch the replay
back
tonight.
Back to back ends, yeah. So, two from Braden Soul and then John Green with something, out of the absolute top draw. So, while Eric Johannes and Dylan Skinner are having a brilliant tussle next door, and there's not much scoring in that game, this one here and Luke Granger are just doing a real job, doing a number for Campbelltown. I said though before, Jace, with top two going through, who did want to run into Corrimal?
Oh.
You've won your section, but you get to play against last year's champions if they're a next best,
yeah,
or if they're a second place team in the section. Wow.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to take, isn't it? Being a section winner and playing last year's champions, but that's the nature of the sport and the sectional play scoring system. Everyone knows it before they get here.
Yes, and it does keep these sections live, and it does invite opportunities for some of those those weird and wonderful results we saw at the senior men's inter-region earlier this year, that the Manning Great Lakes side got through on the virtue of Southeast picking up a 4 on the final end against Metro Southwest, and then in the final, Southeast ran into the Manning Great Lakes and got absolutely they didn't play to their best.
No, they didn't.
Southeast, but that's the virtue of this event, and it does potentially allow one team to claw their way back.
So it's that time of the afternoon, Nick. I don't know if it's been like this for the last couple of ends, but bowls just starting to drop a little bit short.
I did mention that. I suggested as we get closer to 4 o'clock, there's probably going to be that just little, bit of pace, a little bit of the finish die off as the leaf chases the last of the afternoon sun. This man here, Russell Taylor, I feel he's been the very best for Corrimal. He's going to get a good result here too. Gets through, gets the jack right out in the open. And camera across there. We might just take the scoreboard down for a moment. So we've got full access to watch these bowls. Right out wide here, we can see the centre line is...
This is pretty well down. This is a great bowl.
Oh.
What a response.
Well,
Class.
Tim Holmes hasn't been asked to, required to do too much. Oh, the great John Gibson is welcoming us in here. He's been cheering on Nelson Bay. He hasn't been asked to do a lot because he's been so well serviced by the front end, but this is an example of a third specialisation. The jack's out in the open. I've got to go and park one next to it. It's a hard shot to play, and particularly at this area of the afternoon, Jace, as the pace is coming off and that part of the green hasn't been seeing the same traffic.
Absolutely.
To go and nail it like that with his first, it is an exploratory effort. Anthony Moran's played this pretty well too, though.
Does he get
don't
back,
you mind?
though?
Oh, yeah, he'll be right.
Not quite sure where that boundary peg is.
No,
now.
not right. Okay.
I was thinking that jack would be close to the boundary peg, so anything wide of it's going to be very susceptible to being out.
Well, once again, we've got... it's going to be good enough to make two. And Anthony Moran, well, the speed was impeccable at the last.
There's quite a bit of atmosphere happening out there too this afternoon, Nick, as the afternoon's wearing on and the crowd's getting a bit louder for those that are in the leaders' positions out there, and there's quite a fair bit of cheering compared to this morning happening out there.
Well, it's a Friday afternoon, Jason. Everyone's enjoying themselves here in beautiful Yamba. All the locals will be rolling in.
Yes.
What time's happy hour commence?
No happy hours here, mate. It's happy every hour you spend at Yamba Bowling Club, mate. No, they do them on Mondays, they do. They do them on Mondays, and tonight we've got our big raffles on. Yeah, it's $3,000 worth of meat trays, I think, roughly.
And $5,000 for bowl in the hole tonight. So
it is, yep.
I'll be buying my tickets for that, spending all my pension money.
$2 a ticket, 10 numbers, and if your number comes out, you'll get one bowl to hit the jack corner to corner for $5,000, and it's something like this.
Oh.
Well, you know what? He would have won $5,000 if he had another inch on it. What a shot!
What's second prize? Nothing. A handshake from Jason.
Absolutely zero. It's all or nothing.
Well, I think for Braden Sole, he's really showing himself to great account here today. He's had a little bit of fortune, as we've spoken about and recognised. John Green's going to need a little bit now. Well, he gets Mav Moran up and over. Gets in for second. Third shot. Braden Sole just doesn't want to frame it up so all three can go.
He's got this narrow. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think
Greeny's really looking for that kill, isn't he?
Yeah, I was about to say, Jace, I think that's really the only option. You get the bowl out, well, you go down one, but you don't really want to be going down one at this point. You want rather it kill, and he's going to be close here.
Oh!
Only missed by an absolute whisker, but it's two shots as we bring the scoreboard back in. It's going to be two shots to Campbelltown and Braden Sole. Well, this was the bowl that just showed a real touch of class there, Jace.
Absolutely. Nailed it right on top of Jack. Made it any chance of counting for Corrimal nigh impossible. So
this is John Green. He revved up at this. He wasn't far away either. Just only missed by a whisker. So back live now, and had 17 ends completed. Well, we know in sectional play all ends do need to be completed.
Yeah, well, the big margin can also come into effect round three, obviously, Nick. Obviously, most sections will have a 2-game winner, 2 1-game winners, and a 0-game winner. That's unless there's a draw, obviously.
That's the only.
Yeah. So
the only way it can go.
Margins will be very big for those second positions, especially amongst the sections.
going to make it hard to get margins when you've got lead bowls against you like that. That's absolutely superb stuff. You know that when we had DJ on, Brett Pieper's been a great singles player for a long time and had been a real specialist lead, but he's been outpointed today. Michael Shiner has turned one on, and Brett Pieper, well, just slipping past, finishing in a good home though. Peter Hearn saying, looks like Yamba has turned on the weather today. Well, you're exactly right, Peter. There's very few people complaining about it. And the only complaint I've heard is that it's too hot. And that was Nick Hyde complaining about that yesterday when I was moving cameras around. Poor snowman's melting.
There is one or two just saying to look for a vest or a jacket out there. That breeze is starting to get a bit of nip in it. But
wimps.
For a winter's day, absolutely sensational.
Couldn't ask for much more. And, well, Brett Pieper, he's going to ask for a bit more from this one. Something that you mentioned earlier, Jason Pinnock, isn't it? Just, the importance of nailing it with the first. You try to dial the weight back a metre and you drop 2 and 3 and making those minute adjustments rather than the major ones.
Yeah, exactly right.
Makes your life much easier.
For Brett, it's probably just as good to play similar weight to his last and get a second one behind, Give his team some options.
Well, certainly at this point, you're thinking about cutting down your deficit. There's no suggestion that you're going to chase this down for either Luke Granger or Braden Soul. They've both got these big leads. The masterboard is all but secured. Russell Taylor's been doing this all day, but
squared that up, unfortunately, hasn't he?
He's played it almost too good with that sitting, and the call is reaching up through the backhand, the left-handed backhand here of Jason Mathers. He's very close, Jason Pinnock.
Look at this.
Spat it out in the open, and that's what you say. Had Brett Pieper put another one back there, it would have been 2 all of a sudden.
That's the value of those back bowls, everybody.
Russ Taylor, he's on a pretty good track again, I believe.
Not sure about his pacey, though. He's good.
Good enough. That's a serviceable bowl. And as the thirds make their way down to the mat.
We're going to these last few ends for Campbelltown. It's going to show exactly where they are with their mindset. They've got a real chance to put the foot down here and really stamp their authority on this whole competition here right now.
That's what you see the really good sides do, and we've seen it. I mean, you and I have called together at a Bowls New South Wales State Championships the likes of the Cabramatta, Karen Murphy-led teams and the like. They will just put their foot on the throat and they'll beat you by 30 shots and 40 shots if they have to.
Absolutely.
Because they are, consummate professionals and they're aware that...
Well, and also it's a mindset thing of keeping your mind in the game for the whole 63 ends. Yep. You don't want to be turning off now because you get into a game that's tight. You can naturally turn off in one of them as well. So it's a matter of keeping your mind on the job, knowing what you've got to do. And as you said, trying to put that foot down as well and push some ascendancy into this whole competition. Big few ends for Campbelltown, I believe, here.
As I say, there's going to be some teams looking over their shoulder all of a sudden. If, Corrimal were probably the favourites in this section going into it.
Well, last year's champions have to be favourites, don't they?
But now there's, as I say, some teams that might be, second-guessing what's going on. Only one, I believe, to Corrimal at the moment. That last bowl didn't get far enough. There is another shot available here, but again, when you've got a big lead like this, you don't need to be playing it. I think tables would turn and you probably look to go quick on the backhand and get the white bowler, get the jack moving, but the situation dictates that Braden Soul doesn't need to call those sort of shots. You can just take it easy and make sure that you hit the finish line. Still playing good bowls, as you say, Jace, but you don't need to take risks.
No, exactly right. You don't want to give them opportunities for those 4s or 5s and just give them that tiny glimmer of hope, because you give any side like this a tiny glimmer of hope and they'll try and take every opportunity moving forward. So, 8 ends to go, 20-something, 22 shots. You drop or a 4 or a 5 here, and I tell you, Corrimal get their backs back up again.
Well,
You know what?
particularly if Eric Johannes or Jared Beckford pick up a few as well, which they've just done. So, it's certainly not all over. Eric Johannes has claimed a couple of scores recently. Jared Beckford has moved into double digits, which he'd be proud of. Clearly, Luke Granger and that team have been on a real tear out there. Jace, you've been sort of wandering around the rinks. Did you see anything from that team or from any team that was mightily impressive?
No, look, across the whole rinks at that Campbelltown, their front ends again. It's been their front ends that have just set them up, and they've played nearly a perfect game with their front ends. Their engine room has done the work up front, but their skips have come in behind and polished off. That's the perfect game plan, isn't it? And that's just what's happened out here with Campbelltown. Great supporters out there, the Campbelltown guys are too. They're probably worth about 10 shots to them out there, I've got to say. Quite loud.
And what are they worth to this venue, Jason Pinnock? They're probably worth 10-somethings as well.
I don't know. That's not my...
not your area.
Not my area of expertise.
I'll speak to the CEO and the Sellerman and see how they got on there. But yeah, look, it does add a little bit though to your team. If you've got somebody in your corner and they're really hyping you up, we know that can help. Potentially pick up a player who's down, but also just ensure that your team stays focused, stays positive. Now, John Green, what's he setting up to do here? This looks like it's going to be attack.
Well,
what that's done is he's actually opened up an avenue to get the best of the Campbelltown bowls out and maybe make a 4 or 5 here. So Braden Soul's going to want to give this a pretty good shout because they don't really have anything close. Currently Campbelltown, well, they've got one close now.
That's in a very good home too.
Well, is there a chance that they can both go? That last white and the orange and white, if they both go, it could be a big score here for Corrimal. And as Jason Pinnock just mentioned, if there's where there's life, there's hope. Don't want to give these Corrimal Cougars a sniff. It is going to be controlled this time from John Green.
Yeah, he's just pulled that tight.
Yeah, his running shots, I think, in this game, we've seen him be absolutely deadly across his career, but and this one, perhaps not to his high standards. So that end claimed by Corrimal. I didn't see the indication on what the number was.
Would only be the one. Surely Braden got second wood with that first bowl of his.
That was my expectation, but I don't want to go off too early just in case. I've been proven wrong before. So we'll double check that scoreboard. We'll double check all the scoreboards, but currently it is, as we say, a commanding position for Campbelltown, and they will be favourites to top their section tomorrow. It was only one shot to John Green. That has been confirmed. So 39 shots to 60. 7 ends to play. It's 21. It's 3 and over. It's not happening.
Yeah, well.
It's 3 and over on every rink for 7 ends against this Campbelltown side. It's not happening.
Has Nick Hine just done the mocker of all mockers in Bowls commentary?
Go and liquidate all your assets and get on Corrimal now. No, it's just we saw this even in the last game. Their fight backs are available, but not in the last 7 ends, not with these sort of margins.
Oh, and at this level too, like there's just some quality class players in the back end that even if they're in trouble, you back them 9 times out of 10 to get them out of the trouble.
There's just not going to be threes for
5
for
downs,
half an
3
hour.
downs are getting cut back to 2 downs, 1 down. So,
well, we've seen lots of fabulous bowls played today, and there'll be more tomorrow. So make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, have your notifications turned on across all the Bowls New South Wales social media channels. Kira O'Shea is going to have a stack of pictures online, some video, some hot shots, some images of the great Gwendolyn crab That's one of the best supporter outfits I've ever seen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out our social media. It is brilliant. We might even get that up on the stream for you tomorrow, the Gwendolyn crab photo. But to have your notifications turned on, we are chasing 1 billion subscribers on our YouTube channel. And are currently several hundred million short. But it is, we are chipping away at it as, Campbelltown, they'll just be looking to chip away here, get the final 3 ends completed on this rink, go in, probably have its team talk and a little powwow and say, that's well done today, guys. 2 for 2 and taking a big scalp in last year's champions. Well, Russ Taylor, he's played that well. We've got the jack moving again, out in the open again. And you can see Mav having a big high five with him there. He's been the best player for Corrimal today, Russell Taylor. But for Corrimal, what do you do, Jace, tonight? Is there going to be, team talk, or just say, well, we were beaten by a better side on the day and let's reset and go tomorrow morning?
Yeah, obviously those conversations will be had tonight. I'm sure this Corrimal mob, the last year's champions, they'll have plenty of faith in themselves to bounce back. They'll probably do a little bit of analysing on where they are in the ladder and what needs to be done tomorrow to secure their position through to the quarterfinals. But, look, class outfit. And I imagine a lot of these guys that play at the top level. Eric Johannes been an international player, Johnny Green, state player for a long time. Many others in this Corrimal side as well. They know what they've got to do to bounce back. There's probably not a lot of chat happening. And you're right. You probably just say, we'll simply outclass today by our class Campbelltown outfit.
The real difficulty that they've got in their section, though, Corrimal, to even get out is the fact that they only claimed 1 rink this morning. So they're on 8 points plus 3. Currently, they're maybe on 9 points, but minus, 18, 19. And, Gwendolyn, got 2 rinks up this morning. Even Harbord got a rink up this morning. Both of them have, Harbord are out there.
They're winning that game.
Winning very comfortably too. Yep. So lots of permutations yet. So we'll have all the results in shortly after the conclusion of our matches here this afternoon. We're likely to finish pretty close to, I reckon, in the next half an hour or so, 5 o'clock. Should go close to having most of the results in Bowls Link. So do make sure you download the Bowls Link app or head to the Bowls Link results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. See Anthony Moran's gone and made a couple there briefly.
Any contact's good here for Campbelltown. Great shot.
And that Jack's gone back to where there was John Green, I think, was saying, I wish I had one about there. So have made...
Just had the answers, haven't they?
Just keep finding answers too it's if it's not Michael Shiner and Jason Mathers up front, Tim Holmes has played big bowls. So Braden Soul, who's been massively impressive here today, and as well as Russell Taylor, Anthony Moran, John Green, Brett Pieper, they've all played okay, but sometimes you need to be playing better than that. John Green, he's played that okay.
Yeah, he's drawn the shot. Great shot, Greenie.
But has left enough room for Braden Soul. Well, he's in a good area here too, Jace.
Yeah, will he get back? He's trying hard, isn't he?
Oh, he's trying hard, and I think he's done it. Yep, number 1. Just wager, if you played this game 10 times, whether the result would be like this 10 times, and I guarantee it wouldn't be. I think the jump that Luke Granger got
again. What a great
Jared
shot.
Beckford did a lot, but John Green, he's just shown there the last 2 bowls what a class player that he is.
obviously wanting a lot more shots, but at this stage, we just mentioned that margin, so quite happy just to take every single shot they can possibly put on this masterboard Corrimal at this stage.
Now, you did say, Jace, as well, in your most recent update, that it was Harbord leading strongly over Gwendolyn.
I think it was 10 shots, actually. Let me just go to my notes.
Go back to your notes there.
I will. It was 55-43 in favour of Harbord. That was after 48 ends. So that's a 12-shot margin there. Sorry?
Oh, okay, right. So Billy Masters said that it was, now Harbord's margin has been trimmed down to a single shot. So I think...
well, it's game on tomorrow.
Well, I think, not that Corrimal would be looking at that just yet, but I think they'd be cheering quietly if they knew for Harbord there, given Harbord's margin's pretty ordinary and Gwendolyn's is quite good.
They will also play Harbord tomorrow.
Exactly right.
They do anyway, that's right.
Yep.
So they played Gwendolyn this morning. So they do play Harbord tomorrow morning, Corrimal. So
a bit of a misstep there from Brett Pieper, the Jack, sailing into the pit. As we see, they're shaking hands on neighbouring rinks. I think it's all over there. So once again, we've picked the right rig for you viewers. We're going to be here till the end. And it's now just a matter of by how much for Campbelltown. Oh, it's a good start there from Brett Pieper. That's the way that you correct a misstep with the jack. If you do that, the skip's always very happy if you can go and donk the first one on.
Quite a unique delivery has Brett Pieper, but very effective. It is. I've played against him at the Black Opal a couple of times now, and
there's a couple from down the Illawarra way who, particularly, these great singles players who've got really funky deliveries. Jeremy Henry was another one, of course, down there, and it's not what it looks like, it's what the results are.
Yeah.
I'm stunned he didn't get a better result there, Brett Pieper.
He did the right thing, though. He got one on, and he got his second one behind.
This man's got a very easy little action, classic sort of delivery. And Michael Shiner has been excellent today.
What an adjustment.
To get the points decision against Brett Pieper, you've done well, and he's probably got him in a knockout, actually, realistically. But this bloke, Russell Taylor, he's got a lot of credits in the bank, and probably when you are looking for positives on this, the streaming rink,
clear run.
The way that Russell Taylor's played has been a great credit to himself. But for Corrimal, they've got some work to do if they are to progress tomorrow, but it'll be the same to be said for a few of the sides. As I say, we'll have all the permutations when we are on air with you tomorrow morning. We'll try to get underway probably a little bit before 9 o'clock, as we know we've got lunch break tomorrow, but then we are down to the quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon, so only 2 greens in play. And we're using the 2 greens with lights, aren't we, Jason?
Yes, we most definitely are, Nick. Yes, we definitely are.
So we know that potentially these games, as they become so important in the knockout stage, they can run a bit longer.
I think it was last year with the 3s. We actually split them and we put them on 1 and 3, and we left our main green alone. But obviously the grade 3 wasn't live streamed, so we were able to do that and just give that middle green a rest and give the greenkeepers a chance just to do a little bit of work on it for semi-final day. So, but that won't happen tomorrow. All the action will be on this green. It's had some work, this green, this year, I'll tell you.
Oh, doesn't it? What?
It's had some traffic.
it did look, as we knew at the Interregion, it looked like it had a big campaign and then got ripped up on the Monday immediately following.
Absolutely.
But it's come back a treat here, and it does look, well, looks to be still playing, even in this late afternoon sunshine, it looks to be playing still very favourably, and I'm sure all the players will be, commending you and Graham and the Greens team, Peter Undell, and...
Yeah, they do a great job, mate. Great team outside, People don't realise Graham's here sometimes 7 days a week, mate. He is.
I'm surprised he's not here 8. To be honest, that's what the good greenkeepers, and they're here at 5 a.m. until 10 p.m.
We've had our club's had a very busy program. Obviously, we've hosted a fair few Bowls New South Wales events, a lot of region events, but we've got a massive club competition calendar as well. So
always plenty going on, and plenty going on here for Campbelltown. It is a victory for Eric Johannes next door, 17 shots to 11. He's defeated Dylan Skinner, so one rink importantly for Corrimal. And Jared Beckford, a 17-shot margin in the end against Luke Granger. So at the moment it is one rink each, but that big margin, the 17 shots, is hard to overcome. And with Braden Soul holding a 12-shot lead here, it is now out of mathematical possibility.
Yeah, just pride on the line the last couple of ends here for Corrimal, really.
So, well done to the Ghosts, and a few people jumping in the comments there saying up the Ghosts, keep it going. Great team effort, and super proud.
I wonder, Nick, how many from down Campbelltown are thinking, let's go for a run.
Get the car.
They're in the quarterfinals tomorrow afternoon.
Well, it would take a remarkable run of results, but this is the section where it could happen, as we say, with lots of different game winners and rink winners and teams that have claimed rinks off one another.
Yeah, I probably jumped the gun there, because that also relies on a hardboard win. That will guarantee Campbelltown through quarterfinals tomorrow. Gwendolyn win, well, changes things up just a little bit.
Well, I've got to go turn Jason Pinnock off. He's been given it. DJ Dilworth has just come in and pointed out Jason Pinnock, who has the Velcro model bowl shoes. And it's a good banter out there. Good banter on the green. Johnny Green has squeezed the jack across through Brett Pieper's bowl and has made one shot. Jack out in the open though once again. And Brett Pieper once again showing us the back of the Corrimal jumper. Braden Soul here, he's going to be looking to just draw down, and it's going to be 2 shots, in fact, says Brett Pieper. And we'll put 2 on the board. We can always take one off. And it's 14 shots to John Green, 24 shots to Braden Soul. They're going to play the final end. And then we're going to finish the broadcast, just before 5 o'clock. So we'll be back with you tomorrow morning from just before 9 a.m. Make sure that you, as I say, like, follow, subscribe. Have your notifications turned on, as we will bring you tomorrow morning's action. I'll let you know who that game is too, Jason.
You will know.
Because,
of course, it would have been.
We were relying, of course, on this morning's results before we could tell you who it was that we're going to be broadcasting tomorrow. So it's going to be section number 1, and it's going to be Batto Bay up against Tuncurry Beach tomorrow.
Okay.
Central Coast against Manning Great Lakes, and I can even tell you who the players are that we're going to be streaming. It's going to be Joel Nouse for Batto Bay up against Craig Pixie Donaldson, a former colleague.
Pixie will know this rink like the back of his hand. He's won the state over 40s here. He's come runner-up in the state over 40s here. He will know that rink like the back of his hand. That will be a great match to watch. He's
probably come here for some other things over the years too, I expect. Inter-region.
Yes, inter-region. Yep.
I'm I'm sure he would have played in a Lighthouse tournament at some point.
No, he hasn't yet. No.
Yeah.
He's a busy man himself, working down there at Tuncurry Beach. So,
well, yes, another one of the great coordinators in our sport, and another former colleague of ours with our time with Bowls Australia, Jace, and someone who really cares about the sport so greatly, Craig Donaldson. So we look forward to seeing him in action tomorrow morning up against Joel Nouse from Batteau Bay, unless of course there's any
big changes.
Big changes. You wouldn't think so at this point of the competition. So Tuncurry Beach, they've probably lifted the standard of the Grade 1 competition in the Manning Great Lakes region in recent years. You know, having players like Craig around and Shane Globitz and the like.
Yeah, they've got a few there. Keep going. Kent Price, Paul Jobson, Daniel Jessup, who's been Pixie's partner winning the state over 40s. Tuncurry Beach have built themselves up a very nice squad there.
Formidable, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And their great rivalry with Foster has been a brilliant one over the years. Another fine effort there from Jason Mathers on this the final end of this competition. He's going to go close. My player of the match, though, I think it's going to go to Michael Shiner, the lead for Campbelltown. Russell Taylor probably going to be a bit stiff, but it's very hard to give the Clive Churchill medal to somebody in the losing team.
Has happened.
Jack White and Brad Clyde famously
yes.
For the Raiders. But, there's been a lot of great bowls played here today. Another fine effort there, looking to trail that Jack off. And I think with the margin the way it is, these players, you can see the front end, they're shaking hands now. They know Campbelltown that they have locked up a second win here on day one of the BCiB Grade 1 Open Pennant State Finals. And Anthony Moran, now he's shown a few touches of that class. We've seen certainly his singles performances in recent years have been something to behold. And I think he can be proud of his efforts today. Hasn't had a lot of great heads to be adding into just because of the pressure that the Campbelltown front two have placed on. This man's been good too when needed, and draws an excellent second shot there. Tim Holmes. Gives Mav something to reach down, look to find a seat on that last Tim Holmes bowl and look to make a second and just give himself some confidence ahead of tomorrow. Yeah, I've got them going in about the right sort of area, just a little bit on the firm side again. Probably conscious of the pace coming out of the green as we get towards the end of the day here. And Tim Holmes, well, if he's got the speed, this is going to be pretty close, Jace, isn't it?
He's on a fair line here. It's all about speed. It will turn late.
Oh, you know this green nearly as well as Craig Donaldson.
It's just coming past the club there, and that breeze kicks in. So,
been excellent once again from Campbelltown. Once again from Tim Holmes and John Green here. I think, as I say, just sort of taking your medicine at this point. Look to draw a front toucher here. Showed his quality.
He's close.
Last time in this
very,
direction.
Very close. John Green.
Well, there you go. I said a front toucher.
That's flopped out on him, though. What a shot, though.
Yeah, I think you can still take that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't take it every day with a wide. Braden Soul, this looks to be
It's
tight.
pushing up into it.
Yeah, you can see what the intent was there. They looked to just swing down, slide down, get a little split. That has turned a Corrimal bowl up into the head. I think for John Green, it is currently 2. Little touch on that jack probably brings in the back one now. That's the indication from him there. How far does the jack have to go? A couple of inches.
It's probably same bowl neck, really.
Yeah.
Hardest shot in the book, mate, is the exact same bowl as the previous, I think.
It's not quite the same bowl, but it is largely at this point fundamental because it's going to be a victory to the Campbelltown Ghosts. Braden Soul is going to go and turn up one of their own bowls. 2 shots it is to John Green. Jason Pinnock, thank you for your time once again, mate.
No, thanks, mate. It was good to be on as much as I could. I'll try and get on a bit more with you tomorrow, mate. Day one's over and done with, so all the everything's running like clockwork. I'm sure I'll just let the volunteers go and do their thing tomorrow, and I'll jump in here with you a bit more.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to show you just a couple of the highlights here from this match. From my man of the match here, Michael Shiner. He was just in sublime touch throughout. So we can see this is the sort of bowls that just set things up. This was early doors here, just drawing, and this was what we saw from him throughout the competition. Drawing against a player the calibre of Brett Pieper. We're not. This isn't a duplicate. The replay. This is the next end, and just goes and does it again and again and again. Michael Shiner. And it's all in this direction.
It's all in the backhand in that direction. Yeah, there you go. So
he might review this footage tonight and say, you know what? I know what hand I'm playing.
Well, I'm thinking the Corrimal lead might be going, why didn't I get there before him? You know what I mean?
But look at that. That's
sensational.
Fabulous leading. And once again, it's going to be backhand the same direction. Wasn't that good?
Yeah.
So Michael Shiner, he gets my 3 points in players player today, and he might go in the draw to win all the rubbish on Jason Pinnock's desk at the end of the weekend. So thank you all who've joined us here this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow from just before 9 a.m. And on behalf of the entire Bowls New South Wales team, on behalf of Jason Pinnock, DJ Dilworth, and Jay, who's been driving the cameras for us today, my name's been Nick Hind, and we look forward to your company tomorrow morning.